Live from Nakatomi Plaza.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother!
Hey, yo! Welcome to the wonderful world of HungryHeath. Y'all know what time it is.
I forgot my line there for a second. How is everyone doing this evening? We're super excited. How about y'all? How was your work week? What do you got planned for the next week? Who all is off next week? I'm curious to know that. And then we're just going to get set up here. Or Heath is going to start getting everything organized for us.
Organized.
And I'll say hello to a few people, or I guess we didn't really do our intro.
Yeah, we did it enough.
We did it enough. Okay, that's where we're at tonight.
I'm hungry. We gotta get busy.
So we are making kind of inspired because do a minute. Oh no, yeah, 350 for the oven. So preheat your oven to 350, and then microwave for a minute and a half. So kind of inspired from Air Frying Auntie and Keto Granny. Oh, what's her name? But anyways, Shauna shared, and it's in our Facebook group, Keto Life Granny, a savory cheesecake. So I'm doing my spin on a savory cinnamon roll. I know that there's probably another word, but that's like, I was like, oh, thanks cinnamon roll, but I don't need this yet, but I will need all of this. The cinnamon roll, but savory. So what I'm doing is I am going to do our fathead dough, shape it like a cinnamon roll, layer like you would a cinnamon roll, but instead we're going to do savory filling, roll it up, slice it up, and bake it. And so what we're doing right now is we're just getting the stuff ready so that we can do the fathead dough. Put this way. So Heath is actually heating up the dough right now, or, you know, the fathead stuff. Is your trash can right there?
Yes.
Here, just empty some of these crumbs out. Because, of course, I got to reuse everything, right, y'all? Anybody else do that? So let's say hello and see what all's going on tonight. I'm so excited. And actually, I got off work an hour and a half early, paid, and I had time then to go to the stores, grocery stores, and instead of going tomorrow and getting everything. Okay, let's see.
It needs to go a little longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I like to stir it. And I know we've done this a few times, and we have some videos over doing the fathead dough. All right. So it's just a cup and a half, which is 12 ounces of mozzarella, 2 ounces of cream cheese. And he did it a minute and a half so far. And so I'm just stirring it up, and then I'm going to have him put it in for another probably 30 seconds. And that should be well together. We're getting started because Heath is hungry today.
Hangry.
All right. I see Air Frying Auntie here right away. And she said, Merry Christmas, my wonderful HungryHorde family. Well, Merry Christmas, Shauna. And I see Carrie said, darn, Air Frying Auntie beat me to the room. Merry Christmas, everyone. And 693 days of no coffee and caffeine in almost to 2 years. And Rocky Mountain Girl's here. Hey, y'all. Merry Christmas, Horde. And she said, early for a change, right? That's awesome. Carrie said, the new generation of Star Trek had some killer Android phones. Their plans had unlimited data. Waka waka. And Cindy said, this is much better. Not on my phone anymore. Oh, that's great, Cindy. And Carrie said, I'm getting through the holidays and getting through this year. I hope that 2024 will be better. It will be. Just make it so. Say it so and make it so. 22Q Cat. Hey, Lynn.
Howdy.
She said, happy holidays, Shelly Heath, and all of you fabulous Hungry Horde people. Right? Happy holidays to you too, Lynn. And then I see Rita's here. She says, hello, I'm still at work, so we'll be mostly ear hustling. Well, that's awesome, Rita. I'm sorry you're still at work, though. That kind of sucks. Hey, hopefully you're getting, some extra money for it. That's always worth it to me when you get more money staying late. And I see Mama Bear Lynette is here, and she said, good evening, everyone. What are y'all having for dinner tonight? I'm having smoked brisket. Of course, it's not as good as Heath's, but it'll do. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thanks, Lynette. Well, this is the first time we're going to try this recipe. I mean, I figure we know how, I've made cinnamon rolls before. The only thing we're doing different is basically the filling. Who all watches Food Wishes? I adore his channel. Actually, his was the channel I found so many years ago where he did beef stroganoff. And that is the recipe I still use to this day for beef stroganoff. It is like the best beef stroganoff I've ever had. But anyways, he put out a recipe this week called Triple Coffee Cinnamon Rolls. And I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. I don't know if he would like it, because he said that it's really coffee forward.
Yeah.
Because it's coffee in the dough, coffee in the filling, and coffee in the icing.
Coffee in the evening.
Yeah, right?
Every day.
But to me, it looked and sounded amazing.
Well,
and I'm
I
sure
would
we
at least
can
try it.
I'm sure we can keto-fy it, right? How about y'all? I know some of you have already had like your family get-togethers. Anybody else? How are you doing for the holidays? Like if you're going to any work parties or family parties, how are you doing like keto-wise? Do you feel comfortable, or are you kind of like, you know what? It's one day, I might have a piece of my grandma's apple pie, which is fine. You got to live your life, do what you know is best for you. But I know like some people are like, that's all right. I think, can you do it for another 30 seconds?
If you could tell me what happened to that package of pepperonis. They were in the fridge and they're missing now.
I think it's in the bottom drawer.
That's where I was digging and I couldn't find them.
And I see Shauna says, hello again. And Sean is here. Happy belated birthday to Michelle. I believe her birthday was yesterday, y'all. And he says, hello, all. And Lynette said, I have my son with me tonight, so I'm only able to stay till 7:15. Well, that's okay. Merry Christmas, Jesse. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, y'all. And Rita's laughing. And then Rickwin, hey, Joe. She says, hi, is everyone. Happy Friday, feast before Christmas, right? Rocky Mountain Girl said, love that movie. Oh, thanks. So if you're just joining, go back and do the replay or play from the beginning, because like the first 30 seconds is, I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. Awesome. And I'm just going to stir it again. But I'm excited for this recipe. I was like, this sounds so good to me. What are y'all cooking for like your Christmas dinner? Or I know like some people like Radical Geek, she celebrates winter solstice, but I know she's at a cabin right now, so she won't be here tonight, which is fine. Hopefully they're having a great time. Tell them what we're going to make for our Christmas meals.
I believe we're making, I'm going to smoke, would you say an 8-pounder?
I think it's 7 or 8.
Say a 7-pounder. Prime rib. And then we're going to make also green bean casserole and cheesecake.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'll be making the cheesecake tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Because this recipe I found, I mean, it's not keto, y'all, but I'll be making a keto version, right? But the recipe I found, she suggests, and it looked like let me know what kind of cheesecake you love. I've always loved the really thick, tall New York style, where it's just so thick and creamy. But I know that there's versions where it's kind of like, more like a mousse, or it's only like an inch thick, like it's kind of just like that thick. I like the tall ones. So hers is a lemon ricotta cheesecake. So I went and got the ricotta cheese today and more cream cheese, and it uses like, I think 8 eggs and like 30 ounces of ricotta, 3 blocks of cream cheese. There's a lot going on, right? But she said the trick to it, where you won't have it crack and where it's going to end up being, real nice and creamy, is she says you cook it low and slow. So you bake it at like 225 for 3 hours. Then you take it out, let it sit at least 1 hour, preferably up to 4 hours, then put it in the fridge overnight. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to have to do this tomorrow so that it is ready on Sunday.
Because Sunday, my baby brother's coming over, and then on Monday, my mommy's coming over.
Your mommy? But
the nicer I am, the bigger the presents get.
Oh, wow.
I got to play the game.
But yes, I am excited about trying that cheesecake and doing the ricotta cream and cream cheese on it. Sounds really good to me. And again, I just love a nice, thick, yummy cheesecake. All right. So Rocky Mountain Girl says she loves that movie. Shauna has still never seen it.
Oh, wow. What is
Shauna? Toy TQ Cat was laughing. Mom Bear Lynette said, "Oh, there you are." That's awesome. Shauna says, "Nope, only off tomorrow and Sunday night." Oh, I'm sorry, Shauna.
Yeah, this weekend's awesome. I got a 3-day weekend. I'll be off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Right? That's nice. Like a little bit down at the bottom there. Oops. All right, there's that. I'll put that there. And then, I see Low Carb Introvert. Welcome back. Said, hello, everyone. Happy holidays. Nice. And then I see Sean says he's off until January the 2nd. Woohoo. Wow. That's awesome, Sean. Okay. Well, it's going to, you want to get this into a square or a rectangle, I should say. Rectangle.
Get this out of the way.
So I'm going to try to, guess it wasn't as floured as I thought it was. Look at this.
A lot of work for live.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's a lot of work. But maybe do you think you could get the saran wrap for me?
Maybe. I don't know if this drawer will open before we got this the camera set up.
There.
Oh, just barely. Are you done with this bowl?
Yes. And let me see where my towel went.
There's this one.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. Maybe we can do it a little bit better. All right. And let's get this centered. I'm trying to get it to the size of my little silicone pad here, y'all. All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That's doing better. try to get it as rectangular as possible. Rectangular, I guess is the better word for it.
What is it exactly you're making?
Kind of like a cinnamon roll.
Alrighty. I'll believe you.
Do you want to get out the ham now?
Okay. And the cheese?
Yeah, they should be right there together. Let me see what I can do, y'all. I'm just going to try.
Here?
Yeah, perfect. Okay, can you grab the plastic and pull it up? Oh, okay. Put it back down.
Worst sous chef ever. I hate this stuff. Because it does that. It's like a one-shot thing.
Okay. That's fine. Look at that. That's fine. That's as good as we're going to get it, I think. So, what we're going to do is everything going on. Everybody's seeing everything. Okay, good.
Do you still need this?
No. So, we're going to start, and then I'll leave that for you to open up. So, with it, you can see I didn't get it. That's fine. We'll, it'll work out in the end. Can you open that for me, please?
Oh, it's brand new.
Yeah. So this is a chimichurri sauce
I thought you were going to say chimichanga.
that we made. So we want to, trying to think, I think I'm going to turn it this way and have that be like the finished end. And then see if they're whole sun-dried tomatoes or if they're sliced. And so I want to take this chimichurri and I'm going to spread this out. So that's going to give us our pretty green, right? I'm trying to stick with the Christmas colors here. Oh, this smells so good. We'll probably put out a video on the chimichurri. It's so easy to make. And then I just want to leave about an inch or two at the end. Look at this, y'all. It smells so good.
Oh, whoa. That's different.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, to keep them like weighted down, basically.
Well, it's actually on camera.
Fancy.
So this one was a gift from Stuart, right?
No, I think that was, I don't know, maybe.
I'll see if I can show you all this on camera. Look at the plastic thing inside the jar. See that?
Like a weighted thing.
It's like the whole thing, the whole length. I mean, the whole circumference. A little plastic grid.
How does that look to you?
Almost good.
Almost good?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You're missing a couple spots.
Well, that, I'm leaving that at the end. Okay. So I'm going to put this here for now.
Here. Take this. So I can go put this away.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Ooh, and it's in olive oil, these sun-dried tomatoes. I think those look good. You tell me when you look
Just
at
like
it.
they are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see here. Keto Life Granny. Thank you so much, Shauna. And 22Q Cat said, I'm kind of a retired bum, so I've had a good week and will have a great Christmas week as well. That's awesome. 22Q Cat. Patty Duran is here. She said, just popping in to say hi. Not feeling well. Headed to bed. We'll watch later. Well, I hope you get to feeling well, Patty. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, oops. Oh, probably got all over the counter. So
all over or that one spot?
All over. It's all over the counter now. So what I've got here is some ham.
Let's use the white towel to clean up the red food.
That's
That's
fine.
good.
And we got this shaved at the deli, and this is that. It's called ham off the bone, and it's pretty clean for a ham. Like, I think it's only cured with sugar and nothing else. Like, it doesn't have anything added outside of that.
Why am I not smart enough to cut open a bag of cheese?
I don't know.
Maybe it's because these silly scissors.
Maybe.
Like these.
So I'm just going to put this ham on here. Oops. Layer that in. Whew. That looked good.
It means if I can't get into it, I'm not all that hungry, right?
I guess not. You think that's good, or should we put more slices of ham?
You should put one more slice on there and one more in my hand.
If I put one more in your hand, then we won't have enough.
Oh.
Here, I'll
I got a half pound.
I'll split it with you.
Oh, now we have enough. If you get some too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Stealer.
Mmm. So good.
And I got in trouble when I bought it too because I didn't get a sample, even though she wasn't with me. I'm like,
I don't know. I always love getting a sample because I feel like it's free. Why would I pass up free food, right? Okay. And then Rocky Mountain Girl said, yum. And Carrie said, I was watching behind the scenes for Die Hard, and they say that the villain that fell down the tower, they were supposed to count to 3. They did it on 1, and that is why the expression. Oh, that's awesome. Oh. Okay, so now that we got the ham, because we're so cheesy, y'all, I got some more of this at Aldi, the Gruyere and Swiss, which I think plays really well with ham. So I'm just gonna, put this in here. Not a heavy dose here. There we go. And you put that up for me.
we still need a little cup?
No, that can be washed out. And then now we're going to put these sun-dried tomatoes. How did they taste?
Amazing.
I'm trying to think of
Tastes very sunny.
How we want to do that. Maybe we do it like this. So there's one in each roll, right? All right. Ooh.
And then does that have to be refrigerated?
Yes.
Okay.
After you open it, you need to refrigerate it and make sure all of them stay below the olive oil.
So should I put the other plastic back in it then?
Probably. I feel like I need another long one over here. It smells really good, y'all. Put it like that. All right. I think that will be good. Gigi's here. She said, good evening and Merry Christmas, everyone. Well, Merry Christmas to you, too. And I see Gangsta Rappa is here. She said, happy Friday, Horde, driving home now. Welcome back, Gangsta Rappa. And just Jason Keto's here. And it says, hello, everyone. How are you doing, Jason? Have y'all been watching his 12 Days of Chaffles? Got some great recipes on there if you are a chaffle fan. Mom Bear Lynette said, my back is doing well. It's been 5 weeks today since my surgery. Wow. Yeah. She goes, I do my walking every day and get in anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 steps.
Wow.
I'm currently trying very hard to decrease all of the pain meds. Well, that is so awesome, Lynette.
That is.
You are such an inspiration. I'm going to move these forward because, the center part doesn't always, it's just the center. Okay. I'm going to start rolling this here. Try to roll these tight. Okay. Put that in here.
So I just stuck that on top of that container in there that's empty so you can make more candies. I'm just saying. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
In fact, my work sister says that tonight she gets to make Christmas candy with her sister and mother, and she's so excited.
Nice.
I was like, ooh, and she said, ooh, my sister made she just said made no bakes. And I was like, I'm guessing no bake cookies? And she's like, yeah.
Now, explain to me how you're going to try and cut that here in a second.
Yeah, I'm going to try. We're going to see how this works.
It'll cut through the dough, but I don't know if it's going to cut through everything else.
I know. That's when I don't know if the string will work.
No, it will not. I already tell you.
Oh, wow. All right. I'm going to use some of this oil right here. Just to kind of form this. Keep it to... Yeah, because seeing this one wants to already get out here. All right, let's do that.
Do you still need the rolling pin?
No, I'm good there. Look, this tomato does not want to be in here. All right. Okay.
If all you were cutting was the
where'd my napkin go?
Right here.
Thank you.
Well, if all you were cutting was the dough, I would say that worked perfect.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll work through
the ham and all.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cut in half, and then we might go again. We'll see. Toy TQ Cat said that fathead dough is wonderful. I use that recipe for so many things. Yes, ma'am. It is such a great, versatile recipe, isn't it? And Brenda Foley's here. Hey, Brenda. She goes, hello, good evening. Hi, how are you?
She goes.
Yeah, she went.
Oh, it should be awesome. I should use that same knife when we go to
Look at how that looks already, y'all. How exciting. Okay.
Do we still need more of this?
No, we're good.
Well, hand me that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to rub.
I'll clean the thing off.
Yeah.
Just put it on the towel. Do you need more ham? You ready to put it away too?
It could be put away as well.
Oh, this is my breakfast.
Okay. Then I'm going to go in half again. And then we're going to do half here. You know, these end pieces are always BS. Oh, I'm so excited.
Then we're going to put this away then.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great idea. Like I said, it was just the dough.
Yeah. Once I started thinking about the ham and everything, I was like, oh, that might not do right. Oh,
or like if you had, if you only put like cheese or whatever, or figs or something like that in it, maybe.
Yeah. Do you mind grabbing that and putting it on?
No, now you want it?
Yeah, now I want it. Okay. And then I don't know if you want to wash this or use it for your...
I'll just use it. Yeah, I'll use it for that.
Okay. But look at that. Doesn't that look so good? So I'm going to put these up like that. Stand them up. But look how cute that is.
And you're going to have to set the timer. Well, I can do it on the oven.
Yeah.
I'll say you do it on your phone.
Oh, I'm so happy, y'all.
I am too.
I am like thrilled so far. Because again, I didn't test this. It's all been theory.
Test in progress.
Right.
Okay, but now what are you going to eat?
Look at those.
Ooh, we could do this again.
Uh-huh.
And do like a pizza one. No, because you know what that'd be then? A stromboli.
Yeah. Okay, these end pieces, I'm just going to lay like that. But let me get a little more of this. This is trash. Why
are you pointing at me when you say that?
I would never call my husband trash. He's a gold mine. Okay. I'm just going to, just because, might as well get as much of this
Waste
off.
not, want not.
Before we wash it, why not? Okay, and that's done. And we're going to put this in the oven for 20 minutes, y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, that's my napkin. Okay. Ooh, so exciting, isn't it? Maybe I'm just too happy about it. So let's see here.
Bottom shelf, right?
Yes.
All the way to the back.
All the way in the back. 20 minutes. And then Shauna said, my room has a great air freshener. It's called HungryHeath Winter Spice. Oh, thank you, Shauna. I'm so glad you like it.
I only aim to please.
Have you used it yet? Carla's here. Hey, Carla. She says, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas. Shauna said, I need that recipe. Which one? The fathead dough, or are you talking to someone else? And let's see here. 22Q Cat said, Sam was extra adorable this week on your water report, sitting there all cute with mom. Did he get his pup cup? Of course. Yes. Oh, thank you for that. I know. He's been such a good boy. Like, he's just so cute.
He really is a good dog.
When I got home today from the grocery store, because I left like as soon as I got off work at 3 o'clock, I was out the door. And, normally I let them out like at 4:30. When I got home, I think it was like 5. And he was like whimpering because he needed to go to the bathroom so bad. But he was like, I know I can't go in the house. So he was like holding it. And as soon as I opened the door, he like bolted at full speed to get out there. And I was like, what a good dog. I've had dogs before that they purposely go inside, right?
Just to spite you.
Right. But that, yeah. So tell them what you're making now.
Sweet potato fries.
Yes.
I think.
But you want to do, go ahead and do that. And then we got some mail and I want to open that up.
Well, here.
Why
don't you do the mail now while I'm doing that?
Oh, okay.
Can you do both?
Sure, I can. So this is from the wonderful Air Front Auntie. We got a box of Porking Good. Oh, but you know what? The other stuff is in that other room, remember? From Shauna. So we got a box full of Porking Good bags. Thank you so much, Shauna. We're so excited. We already got into the salted butter. I think we've tried it before, but it's been at least a couple of years. So we tried it again, and I was like, oh my gosh, that does taste like popcorn. So that could be dangerous for me. But thank you. We're so excited about that. So it's like a whole box with tons of bags. And then Shauna also sent, look at this cute, she sent us a handmade card. She made this, y'all. Isn't that so pretty? It's so cute. She made it. So beautiful card from Shauna. And then he's getting the other presents she sent us. This is so awesome. You want to show them yours first?
No.
No? Oh.
Because it's in my hand. That's the way I got it. I have to do this one first.
All right. She sent me this, y'all. So you know I love Doctor Who. Super excited about this.
Trying to get the whole
up
thing
a little bit.
Well, the whole thing's on camera now, though.
Well, except for here, let me take.
Except for the whole thing.
Well, no, because I have comments up.
Oh.
But go in a little close where they can see the TARDIS. There you go. Look back and look. There you go. Isn't that cool? So she said that she knows someone who takes old prints and then paints in Doctor Who themes. Isn't that amazing? And I've been wanting to redecorate my office. And so I've already found the perfect place to hang this in my office.
And then look at the name too.
Paris La Tour Eiffel Don't Blink. That's so cool.
So I mean, she added that to it as well.
Yes. So that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to redo my office so it all looks my style, right? And then she sent this to Heath. Look, it's reflecting the halo. There you go. And that is her nephew, who is a wrestler.
And he signed it for me, so it'll go on my wall of fame.
Yes, and he's already
Hall of Fame, rather.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame, and he's already picked out a spot for it. So thank you, Shauna. That was so awesome.
And I had this in the hall bath for the meantime, but I'm gonna put it over here with yours.
Okay. And then we got a couple of cards in. So this one is from Just Jen. Isn't that so pretty? And she did like a personalized message inside. That's such a beautiful card. I don't know. I don't think y'all can. It's like textured. Isn't that neat? And then we got from Laura. Thank you so much. She sent us a beautiful holiday card. I don't know if she wants us to share. It's her photos with her husband. It's so beautiful. Thank you. And then she also sent us an Outback card, y'all. So we're going to go have dinner at Outback. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you. We're like, and then we belong to all the memberships. And I went on Outback just to see, well, do we have anything? We also have a $10 dine reward. So we're like all set up. So thank you so much. That is so cool. And then where is your new present? Remember you wore it the other day? Where'd you put it?
I wore it the other day. Oh, it's in my room.
Okay. So he's going to come back with that. Let me read a few comments. Carrie said, family get together. That is a laugh, Shelly. I don't have family since they don't talk to me. One that does is in Austin. Well, I feel you there because, Heath's family is coming. His mom and his youngest brother, but my family, no. So I feel you there. That's definitely the same boat for us.
What is it?
He said he doesn't have family to talk to him. I'm like, yeah, same here. I was just helping you in there.
That's fine. So this is my new ball cap she got me.
Show him the back. Remember the backs were the... Isn't that cool? So this is from Brenda F. So she got Heath... Well, here, you take over.
Oh, okay.
She got Heath a hat. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
And he loves this type of hat where it's not open in the back,
yes.
And then... I know. And then she also sent me, look, she even got it wrapped. Isn't that so pretty? Y'all, I am super excited about this. Brenda, thank you. She got me the El Ruderai starter. So guess what I'm starting my new year with? So thank you. I'm so excited. So it's the El Ruderai. I'll be making that yogurt starting in the new year. I'm super excited. I just have to get the machine, which I think somebody got it for me.
I don't know.
For Christmas. And then I have to get I think it's fully pasteurized half and half. And then I'll be able to start making my own yogurt. Isn't that exciting?
I was thinking about saving some of this, but that's not enough right there.
Right.
And then also it's getting to the point we need to eat it or throw it away. Tell them what happened earlier this week.
So those really cheap sweet potatoes I got last week for like 20 cents a pound. One of them, he went to pick up and eat one day. And when he did, his like thumb went all into it.
Went through.
Yeah. It was like almost completely rotted. So I was like, well, now I know why there were 20 cents a pound. But this last gift is for somebody special here.
Well, trade me.
Oh, well, I was going to read comments.
Oh, okay, then.
Cindy said, totally fell off the wagon, climbing back on. Well, that's okay, Cindy. We're here. It happened, and you move forward.
Okay, folks, let's take a bet. Is this actual cookies, or is it Grandma's sewing kit?
Oh, it's definitely a sewing kit, because you need that. So, Merry Christmas.
Oh. What is this?
It's cheese rosettes. Look, isn't that cool? So this is from Aldi, y'all. I went to Aldi and I got Heath. Or maybe he could. It's called, I don't know if anybody's having this. Tate de Moyon. No, Tate. Tete. Tate de Moyon. Cheese rosettes.
Open that up so we can try it.
Well, I'll let you open.
Okay.
And then we also got the double Gloucester cheese with onion and chives.
Oh, yeah.
And then that one, you're going to tell them or
you are,
me to?
because I'm going to open this.
I got him also Appenzeller. It's Swiss cheese. Doesn't that look good? So I got these all at Aldi. So if you have an Aldi, you might be able to find it. Wow.
You just throw it on the table.
Yeah, throw it. So that's your Christmas gift.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all know how he was crying about cheese. Look, Merry Christmas, Heath.
Thank you.
We don't have to keep it in that.
Well, it's already stored though. It's better.
Oh, well, just put it in the fridge a little bit.
I know.
Oh my gosh. That is different.
Way good.
A little rosette.
So you took Grandma's sewing kit and did that, huh?
It's like rich, a little sharp,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, it's also kind of light, I guess, because they like shaved it and rolled it up. It's really good. So look at your local Aldi. They are on sale. All the cheese I got him were marked down. But hey, marked down cheese is better than no cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy now?
Yeah, because now you just told me I'm special.
I know. I always tell you that. Mom Bear Lynette said, although I don't have any Christmas party plans because Jesse and I will be at home this year, I'm having dinner with some friends on January 2nd. Oh, I wonder who. And I told him I would bring dessert. How exciting. Sharon said, I'm looking forward to Christmas morning. I'm making a savory cheesecake for the family to share. Ooh, I can't wait. Mom Bear Lynette said, so I'm currently trying out several dessert recipes so I can impress them with keto desserts. Oh, Lynette, we are just impressed with your presence. Like, that's really all we need. We don't worry about sweating out desserts. As long as you're here, that means the best to us. Brenda said, family coming tomorrow, made chili. Ooh, going to have hot dogs and better than Saks dessert. That is awesome. Ooh, I love a good chili dog. That sounds so good.
I thought I was pretty clever today too. I told all my callers, well, I hope Santa's good to you this year. And they're all, oh, thank you. Me too.
Lynette, I'm sorry. 22Q Cat said, so do I need to make that savory cheesecake, Shauna, and everyone is making? Is it the consistency of a regular cheesecake? Caden's here. Hey, Caden said, hi, everyone. Hi, Shelly and Heath. And Island Bunny, hey. She said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Hi, Zenobia. And then Rickman said, I picked up some chicken wings today at Aldi. Cooked them for a supper tonight. I will take out steak out of the freezer for Christmas. Ooh, that sounds delightful. Well, I'm going to make, oh, thanks. Zenobia said, lipstick shade is gorgeous, Shelly. Yeah, this is the one y'all were talking about last week. I don't even know where I got it, but it's
probably at the store. That's going to be my guess.
Well, I don't know. It might have been one that Shauna gave to me. It's just called Metal Liquid Lip Color. I don't even know what brand it is.
So I'm going to...
Is this one you gave me, Shauna?
Go put this in the air fryer and then put the cheese in the fridge.
I don't know. Is this what you gave me, Shauna? Water tastes so good.
That's all of it though, huh?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I got that. I was like, ooh, that looks good. But I am also going to make I'm going to make green bean casserole, keto style. So I've got that. And then we're going to, make sweet potatoes. That recipe we put out where we slice it and then top it with that like cranberry sauce. So excited about that. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Shauna. Yeah, so this is from Shauna. So thank you, Shauna. That's how I got this. And obviously she was like, yeah, it'll look good on you, Shelly. Take it. Lynette said, I like a New York style baked cheesecake made with Ketochow butterscotch flavor and topped with butterscotch sour cream.
Oh,
it
that
also
sounds
has
amazing.
A very nice
is that what she's bringing?
Flour crushed pecans crust. Ooh, that sounds good. What did you say, Heath?
Is that what she's bringing for dessert?
Yeah. Now I'm going to do the crust that I've kind of, I don't know if I came up with it, but the crust I do is pork rind crumbs and cinnamon and brown sugar all mixed together. It makes it taste like a graham cracker to me. In my opinion, it's very close to a graham cracker flavor and even consistency. So I'm going to do that crust, and then I pour in the melted butter and then push it into my springform pan. Renee says water bath for cheesecake. Well, the recipe I found, she says when you bake it at 225 for 3 hours, you don't have to do a water bath. That's kind of the purpose. When you do it low like that, you don't end up needing a water bath. So we'll find out. I'm going to follow this person's recipe because her cheesecake, the pictures looked amazing. So if mine can come out close to that, I'll let you know. And then let's see here. Oh, Defense Wiz. Hey, Paul said, howdy, folks. How are you doing?
I ain't seen you in a minute.
I know. Shauna said, I'm doing the savory cheesecake in a cupcake form. I wonder if I should put that in a water bath. Maybe so. If it's, my understanding is if it's a higher temperature, like if you're doing over 300, you for a cheesecake, you need a water bath. Island Bunny said, half a day and big hugs, Horde. Well, you too. Oh, Paul said he's off until the 2nd too. Superpowers unite, Sean. Ha ha, right? And my bear Lynette said, wow, Heath, I'm so excited that you get to have a 3-day holiday from work. That's really wonderful.
That's a kind of a misnomer a little bit though. Only because I'm normally off on Sundays and Tuesdays. It just so happens that I'm off on Christmas, which lands on a Monday. That's why it ends up being a 3-day. It's not that you got any kind of real bonus days off or nothing.
Brenda said, what movie? So at the very beginning, the first 30 seconds of our live tonight, we did a live from Nakatomi Plaza, which is from Die Hard.
The greatest Christmas movie ever.
That is Heath's favorite Christmas movie. Brenda's here. Hey, Brenda S.
What are the next two? Because if I have a top 3.
Ref.
And no, The Ref.
The Ref. And
Gremlins,
that's right. Brenda said, we are having prime rib roast for Christmas Day, and I'm making a keto rum cake tonight. Ooh.
That's awesome.
Y'all need to share these pictures because especially
pictures or it didn't happen.
I want to see this keto rum cake. That sounds delicious.
And you know what we need to do also? When you post the pictures, post us the recipe so that we can make it as well.
Right?
Well, that reminds me. Because what we have planned on having dinner tomorrow night, I need to check and see if we can replicate it here. I need to see what I have on the cabinet above the fridge. Those onions.
Oh, okay. Shauna said, shoot, I should have put one of those thingies on my wish list for the saran wrap. Oh, yeah.
Well, you can still add it to your wish list. There's always going to be Elfster next year.
That's right.
That's going to be a standard thing we're going to do every year with the Horde.
Scrub Tech Carnivore. Hey, howdy. Said, thanks for the birthday wishes. And tomorrow is Sean's birthday.
Oh, really?
So y'all just have like a couple days between your birthdays. That is so adorable. That's, awesome. That's so cute. Well, happy early birthday, Sean. How exciting. And then what, your daughter's was just, a couple weeks ago? Look at y'all, you're like, no, December is when we get everything out of the way. The birthdays, Christmas, everything.
Right.
Paul said, that's what my brother is making also, Brenda. Same as Thanksgiving. Prime rib is the best holiday meal. Yes.
That's why we make steak for Thanksgiving. We do Steaksgiving.
Lynette said, Shelly, are these going to end up looking like a pinwheel sandwich? In a way, but it's going to be baked. So I know a lot of times, like with a pinwheel, you make it with like a tortilla, like an egg life, and you kind of eat it room temperature. But I'm baking this, and so I'm hoping it's kind of just like a savory roll, right? A savory baked roll. So it'll kind of look like a cinnamon roll in a way because it will have that spiral.
So tall too.
Yeah, it'll spiral and then have, the inside kind of like a cinnamon roll, but it's be savory. We're hoping.
A little fat kid pro tip I found out about the pork rinds. One, I like to cut them open upside down, but also I like to cut them open because I find when I pull it to open it up, they end up tearing.
Well, can you open it from the top though?
No, I just said that.
Oh.
I always open it upside down.
Oh.
Because that way all the flavors all the way at the bottom, right?
Oh.
It reconstitutes it.
Oh, well, thank you for that, dear. See, I wasn't listening.
Again.
What? Shauna said, laugh aloud. I remember the pecan cinnamon roll from last year that I read 1 ounce is 10 ounce and ended up making a pecan roll, right? I remember that. Carrie said, I've been off for eternity, Sean, except for the job at the church. And then Brenda said, what is chimichurri? It is like so easy, Brenda. So chimichurri.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Well, it looks like they definitely need to go longer.
Well, I know, but I want to show everybody.
Yeah,
okay.
They're looking good, though. This one kind of collapsed a little.
That's fine.
But let's do another 10 minutes because they do look a little
underdone.
And it's probably because I was thinking of doing them in the cast iron so they'd all be together, but this is fine. But anyways, so chimichurri is basically like a savory herb. So you just get fresh herbs. So parsley, and if you can, like I think it was it a Mexican parsley? But anyways, parsley.
It's what we had on hand.
Well, I went and I got the parsley. And then also you can do cilantro. You don't have to, but of course we do because we're extra like that. But if you don't like cilantro, you can definitely, leave that out. And then let's see here. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, garlic. I'm pulling up the recipe that we had. Pull that up real quick. Okay. Okay, here we go. So garlic, chili, or you could do a jalapeno or red chili. And then you want to use also dried oregano. And then you're going to use either olive oil or avocado oil. I kind of did a little bit of both. Like today, since we're heating this up, I didn't want to use our extra virgin olive oil because you can't really heat that too much. So if you're going to do it, use regular olive oil if you ever plan on like cooking it like in this recipe, or do an avocado oil. And then salt, preferably like coarse salt, peppercorns, but then freshly grind the peppercorns. So it's kind of a coarse pepper. And then just a little bit of red wine vinegar. And you put it all in a food processor and just mix it till it's a nice kind of consistency, right? Where, you could still see the fresh herbs, but everything's mixed together.
Didn't it say they'll make it overnight and let it melt? Or at least 4 hours ahead of time.
Right. Just so then as it sits, the more the flavors will combine and come together. But it's really good. They serve it a lot that is like served with steak. So if you ever go to a Brazilian steakhouse, they usually will have where you can either get it off the salad bar or they'll bring it to your table. And it's that green, where you'll see the green herbs with the olive oil, and you can use that. But again, I kind of did avocado oil with this just because I knew we were going to be heating it up. But I know olive oil is like traditional, but it's okay. Make your own.
We got a really good deal a couple of months ago, actually, on some beef ribs. And I don't know why, it was just screaming out to me after we cooked instead of doing like barbecue sauce on it, once we plated, we garnished it with the chimichurri. And it was really good, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I mean, why not?
Because I want crumbs everywhere.
I'm going to give you a crumb everywhere. Carrie said, Shelly missed a lot of spots, just me being silly.
Uh-huh.
Oh, did I? Everybody talking back and forth. Carrie said, Shelly thought I was the cheesy one with all my jokes. I mean, I did. I thought you were. I thought you were the head cheese. Let's see here. Everybody talking back and forth. Oh, Brenda said, doing good, thinking this is a cold. Nose is raw, but happy. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this time of year, it is really hard, right? And then like today, going to HEB and then Aldi, where there's just so many people. And I you know what? I actually saw a lot more people wearing masks today. So I don't know if they were just sick or they're just being precautious because there's so many people in a confined area, and nobody wants to get sick, right?
Especially this time of year.
Right.
Especially when you have all the family gathering stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that we can get back with our families. We don't have to social distance and everything like we were for a while.
Mm-hmm. Mom Bear Lynette said, your sandwich pinwheels look amazing. I can't wait to see them come out of the oven. But I probably won't see that until tomorrow morning. I know. I hope you get to see it. Renee said, yeah, I agree. I think that was to somebody else. Judy's here. Hey, Judy. She said, hello, everyone. Merry Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas, Judy. Shauna said, yum. Those look delicious.
That's just me.
Low Carb Introvert said, what was the dough made of again? Oh, of course. So our basic fathead dough recipe, and you can modify like by adding your own seasonings. You can add sweetener if you're making something sweet. You could change it up, but the base recipe is 1.5 cups of mozzarella, or 12 ounces. 12 ounces, 1.5 cups. However you want to measure. Like today, because I buy the big blocks of mozzarella, but I hadn't had time to shred it. So I just put it on a scale and measure out 12 ounces, and then I dice it up, or, dice it into chunks.
For some reason, there's something about the moisture level in it. We always buy the 32-ounce block at HEB. We've bought other brands before, but the moisture level is higher in those.
Yeah.
It's more. It's greasier that way, and it doesn't melt the same, and it doesn't when we go to do the fathead dough with it, it doesn't work as well. But that 32-ounce at HEB works perfect for us.
Yeah. And then, sorry, you have like
Schmutz?
Oh, no, you got a little hole in your shirt. But anyways, so 1.5 cups mozzarella, 2 ounces of I know, right? Mozzarella. Okay, 2 ounces of cream cheese, and I also cut those into little chunks and sprinkle it on top of the mozzarella. Microwave that. I start off with a minute and then add 30 seconds as needed. And then you'll need 1/3 cup of coconut flour. That'll help cut down on all of the fat greasiness. So 1/3 cup coconut flour and 1 room temperature egg. I usually do a large egg because that's what we typically buy. And then you're just, after the cheese is fully melted, then you add in the coconut flour, mix that all in. And if you need to microwave it again, you can, and then mix it, and then mix in that egg, and then you're good to go from there. So again, add any sweeteners or whatever you want. But we do have a recipe. If you look up cinnamon rolls on ours, there's a pecan cinnamon roll, and that has the base recipe as well. But of course, on that one, I added some more stuff to it because you can adjust. But great question. Sydney said, those look so good. I'm so excited. Renee said, make the pinwheels again, Philly style or Greek with feta and pepperoncinis. Ooh.
Great idea.
I like that. Ooh, the Greek. Oh, okay. That sounds so good.
We're doing that in February.
Shauna said, it just came today. I don't know what is. Joy TQ Cat said, Shelly, your roll-ups look perfect. Mine are usually a mess when I have to roll anything. I would never want to show them on camera.
Aww.
I'm sure they're good. You're so funny.
Well, maybe we should have done it, like you said, in a smaller, one of the small cast irons. But that's going to work out. I just figured.
Yeah, it's fine. Shauna said, this recipe, but I probably have your fathead dough. Oh, good. Well, you got it now, right, Shauna? And I can always send it. Just message me and I'll copy and paste it to y'all.
I got an idea too, though. we're all worried about what plates we're going to use tonight. Why don't we just eat off the cookie sheet?
That's fine with me. Joy TQ Cat said a whole box of porky good. Apparently,
Yes.
Santa Shauna thinks you've been very good this year, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
Shauna said, so my BFF in Wyoming does the Doctor Who add-ins. Oh, it's so cute. And my flying nephew, you're very welcome. I love you guys.
Aw. Thank you.
And she said, it's diamond painting. Oh, okay. And then Shauna said, woohoo, a January birthday date. I know, isn't that cute? Carrie said, I'm not happy to see Christmas this year. I'm going to get through it in the new year. Oh, I'm sorry, Carrie. But at least you have like your church family, right? So you probably get to spend Christmas Eve with several of them. So that's always nice.
Right.
But I know it's, it can be a difficult year for people. It's like one of those, it seems like there's no middle ground. Either it's really great or it's not as good. But you know what? We have the Hungry Horde. We're all here and we can always chit chat and everything else. Rickwood said, you need the inland for the El Rude rice, Shelly. 3 tablespoons for the quart of half and half. Oh, thank you. I wonder, Rickwood, I have, and maybe Heath, when he gets up here in a second, I have a prebiotic. Do you think that would work? I have a prebiotic fiber. Will that work? I'll have Heath show it here in a second. It's by the blender. But will that work? Or do I, because I know Donna says either inulin or chicory root fiber is also another option. And she says one other one that you could use. But I was like, I wonder if the prebiotic fiber I bought would work.
Oh, these are looking pretty.
Paul said, you need a machine for the El Ruderai. I thought you could do it in the Instant Pot. Only if your Instant Pot allows you to get the temperature at no more than 109. Because if it gets past 109, you destroy the El Ruderai. But look at those, y'all. They really fattened up, didn't they?
Right.
Ooh. Okay, we're going to let it rest. Ooh, that'll be good. And then Heath will get me also a spatula here in a minute. But I'm excited. Ooh, look, you can see the tomato coming out. Ooh, looks so good. But yeah, that's the most important thing with the El Ruderai is the temperature. So like my Instant Pot only has a yogurt function, but regular yogurt heats at a higher temperature. So the El Ruderai, you're going to do, it's kind of like a low and slow method. So you want to do it at no more than 109 and you're going to do it for 36 hours. So I didn't want to take a chance. I know there's probably ways that you can measure what the temperature will be of your Instant Pot, but I didn't want to, take a chance and it get too hot because then what's the point? So I, requested from Santa the yogurt machine that Donna Schwink recommended. It looks really nice, y'all. It's by Suteck, Suteck, and it's like, I guess about the size of this tray, and it holds 8 6-ounce glass jars, and it comes with all of them. So it comes with the 6-ounce glass jars, the machine, and then you set it to the temperature you want. So I'll probably do it at 108 or 105. I think she says between 105 and 109. I'll relook at her recipe. Oh, are the fries done yet?
No.
Do you mind getting the prebiotics so I can show?
Where's it at?
By the blender.
Okay, there's lots of stuff over there though.
It's the box, the little container that says prebiotic on it.
By the blender.
Yeah. It's the only box there.
Okay, I don't see a box anywhere. That's the problem.
Well, container, tub.
Oh, the bulletproof guy?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Seriously, I don't know why I was thinking it was something else. Oh, what's on the bottom of it though?
I don't know.
Is it leaking?
I don't think so.
Because that's powder, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's all wet.
Well, I think because it's right there by the water.
Oh,
I don't know. But anyways.
Here.
Uh-oh. It says unflavored prebiotic. And let me see if it tells me what prebiotics in it. Bulletproof. No. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I'd look on their website, but I don't know what kind of fiber it is. Oh, here it is. It's made of natural, larch arabinogalactin. It's a prebiotic powder derived from the bark and heartwood of the larch tree. So I don't know. What do you think, Rickwood? Will this work, or do I need to get like inulin or chicory root fiber? Let me know your opinions. But yeah, that's kind of wet on top there. But anyways, yeah. So I'm excited about that yogurt though. So excited. Shauna laughed at he's sewing tree. I'll tell him when he gets back. Carrie said, I did try some chicory root and brewed that. So it's a wannabe coffee that isn't coffee yesterday. Of course, chicory root is caffeine free. Yeah, that's actually New Orleans is pretty known for their chicory root coffee. Oh, Brenda said, you're welcome. Makes me happy. You're so sweet. Thank you, Brenda. I wish you were here so I can make the yogurt and share it with you. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm so excited about it. Carrie said, that's a cool sewing kit. So Shauna laughed at your sewing kit, and so did Carrie.
Well, yeah,
and
I mean, they know what I'm talking about, though.
And Brenda said, you're welcome. It made her happy to get you that hat and me the El Ruderai.
Show of all time.
Rickwood said, Tate, or is it Tete? Titi? I forget how to pronounce that in French, but she said it means head in French. Oh, head de mont. Okay. And Brenda said, wow. Paul said, Aldi is the go for affordable, yummy cheese imports. I know. Like, I got some really good deals on his Christmas cheese. So I was like, okay, I'm working with X amount of money. Let me see what I could get and finagle here. And I think I did pretty well. Shauna said, how fun. And Rocky Mountain Girl said, got a scoop night, y'all. Good night. Cindy, have a very Merry Christmas. Can't wait to see you next Friday. And Shauna said, laugh out loud. A cheese sewing kit. Now he can stop needling you for cheese.
Until that's empty.
I know. So by Sunday.
That'll give me a day.
Sean said, we used to go to the International Cheese Tray from Sam's. The Irish cheddar is amazing. Oh, that sounds so good, Sean. Oh my gosh.
Well, see, I'm going to Sam's on Tuesday, so message me that, please.
Brenda said, markdown makes it better. I'm saying, like a markdown? I'm like, that's really good. Shauna said, right, I got 2 tri-tip roasts yesterday. Buy one, get one free.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's awesome.
And so I got a tri-tip at HEB today. They're marked down or on sale for $5.99 a pound. So they only had 3 tri-tips left when I went. So I grabbed the smallest one because it's just for Heath and I. And then I got their rib roast, which are $3.88 a pound.
I'm just going to pour these on there.
Yeah.
Or you don't put the plate next to us.
Yeah. There you go. And there's our dinner. What are we going to dip those in?
Whatever you want.
Well, what we got?
Whatever you want.
What do we got?
Well, I got that kefir cheese dip I made.
All right. Still hot, y'all. Oh, and then do you mind getting, do I have a water in there or did I put my kombucha? I forget.
Kombucha.
Oh, and then Shauna said, yes, that's for me. Nodding her head. Thank you. And Shauna said, around the cruise, I think it wasn't my color, not purple enough. So I got this at Aldi as well, which is about 50 cents cheaper than everywhere else. But it's the GT's Synergy, and this is the gingerberry. I really like this flavor, y'all. So I think it is kombucha, blueberry, and fresh pressed ginger juice. Doesn't that sound amazing? Oh, and you want to put like some hot sauce over these or no?
If you want to, because I had that one out already. You want to do this mango or you want something else?
Oh, yeah, the mango's good. Do we want to do that over it or on the side?
On the side.
Okay. I'm just going to pour it right here if that's okay.
And then what I made here, I took the Kefir cheese and just added some HotLine to it.
Nice. All right.
Oh, we just put that on there, right?
That hot sauce is good. My bear Lynette said, Shelly, on that crust, what are your proportions of crushed pork rinds to the brown sugar swerve and the other ingredient? I can't remember. Cinnamon. You know what? Because I always do it by sight. So tomorrow, when I make it, I'll message you, Lynette, and let you know how much pork rinds I used to the brown swerve. I know I don't put a lot of brown swerve. I only put just enough to kind of sweeten it like you would a graham cracker. You know how graham crackers aren't overly sweet, but they have a little sweetness into it? That was what I was getting to. Oh, show them that. That's from, this is from Aldi, y'all. They have a sugar-free energy drink, which right now it's called Gridlock.
Well,
And
actually,
it's
the
ultra
brand
white.
is called Summit, isn't it?
Yeah. Gridlock Ultra White. And it's the zero sugar energy drink right now, at least at our Aldi. They were on sale for 89 cents each.
Because when I went a couple weeks ago to try and find it, they had another flavor, and it had like 56 grams of sugar in it.
Oh my
And the
gosh.
other one was like 20 something.
Yeah, this is the only no sugar one they have. You like it?
Yeah, it tastes like all the other energy drinks. But yeah, it's good. Especially at that price, it tastes really good. You don't like it?
It's not my thing. Oh. Sorry. But I'm not an energy drink person. Oh, the card from Jen is diamond painted. Oh, how cool. Okay, and then Mom Bear Lynette said, lately I prefer using allulose instead of swerve. The cooling effect of erythritol kind of drives me crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. It does. I guess it doesn't bother me. I don't get that cooling effect. And since we have the brown swerve, that's what I use. If I have the allulose, but so far it's a price thing.
This being savory, this reminds me of? Kolaches. Seriously.
Oh, a kolache, huh?
Yeah. Koba Select.
And Sean said, thank you. Yes, the 7th was Elena's. Oh, that's so neat. Okay, here. I'm taking the other end piece. Let's try this.
Oh, that tomato is awesome.
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sun-dried tomatoes pretty sun-dried.
Uh-huh.
I like the chimichurri in it.
Mm-hmm.
Very savory, and the ham, of course. For an end piece, that's pretty good.
I do.
Shauna said, the pork rinds helped me find my missing external hard drive. Haven't seen it since this morning. I spilled pork rinds in a crap bag cleaning. I found my drive. Laugh out loud. She was not this morning, this summer. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. But either way. Sean said, my dad's birthday is the 21st as well. My dad and my aunt are twins, so December is pretty full. Yeah. Okay. You definitely have a full December then. Lynette said, it's bedtime over here. Y'all have a great evening. I'll finish watching this on the replay. May you all have a wonderful Christmas.
My mother and 2 of my cousins' birthdays are in December.
Oh, that's right.
Stephen and Dallas.
Oh, wow. Well, you too, Lynette and Jesse, have a wonderful Christmas. Thank you for tuning in.
See you in the morning, Lynette.
Sharon said, you know, there are more flavors of pork rinds at the bottom of that box, right?
Yeah, we're just working our way down to it. Because the box is keeping them organized.
Brenda says, sounds delicious like pesto. It is very close to pesto, but pesto, I believe, has pine nuts in it. So you're just leaving that out. And it's not as like pesto, usually you get it to almost a paste type consistency. And this, I like it a little more coarse, if that makes sense. Too. Shauna said, what's the difference between chimichurri and pesto? So I think I pretty much answered that. And also brine and a marinade. Usually
look at the rings on that. That's amazing.
Oh, isn't that pretty? Ooh, let me get a big one here. Ooh, that is cute. And look at the top, y'all. Isn't that cute, the top? See, it kind of does look kind of like a cinnamon roll. And I thought this would be a cute idea because, you know, usually, or not usually, but a lot of people, Christmas morning, they have like a breakfast, which generally tends to be sweet. Like you'll make cinnamon rolls or you'll make, you know, some kind of sweet dish, right? And I thought, well, this would be a nice spin on it. One, it's perfectly keto, nice balance of fat and protein and everything. And it's savory. So I know not all of us, especially once you've been keto for a while, you don't want a lot of sweetness. So having a savory option for breakfast, I thought it would be something different for people. So if they, you know, instead of having the traditional cinnamon roll or whatever else, you could have a savory option. And people might actually be like, oh, I kind of like the savory more.
Now you mentioned it, doing it for breakfast. This would be really good with some fried eggs. You dip it in the yolk. Or making a hollandaise sauce.
Yeah, I thought a hollandaise sauce would be good.
Or drizzling it over it, you know.
But doesn't that well, it's probably hard to see.
It's coming apart now that I've bit it.
Well, yeah. But isn't that cute? Oh my gosh.
You know, that is so good. Dipping the egg yolk.
Yeah. Oh, see, here we go. Paul said the only difference is no nuts in chimichurri. Otherwise, it's kind of a pesto. He said pesto is primarily basil, where chimichurri is like herbs and seasonings of choice. Like he said, whatever you happen to have on hand. Yeah, or I think mostly chimichurri is parsley based. So pesto, that's right. Pesto is a basil based herb, where chimichurri is a parsley based. And again, we added cilantro to it as well. Not everybody likes cilantro, so but we like it a little bit more on the spicier side of things. Brenda said, I did. Seems everyone but me wearing masks. Did I miss news reports? I mean, I did. I'm not up on the news either, but yeah, I saw. So you noticed that too.
I carry my mask with me every time I go anywhere, but I rarely wear it anymore unless they enforce it. It's just uncomfortable. And honestly, my friend made it for me, and now that I've lost more weight since she made them, it's a little too big.
Yeah, yours is definitely too big. But yeah, I noticed that today. I was like, well, okay, what's going on? Why does everybody wear masks? Or not everybody, but there's a pretty big amount. But I thought,
more
you know what?
Than not, right?
Right. But I remember somebody, I don't want to tell their business, but I know somebody in the horde, they just had to get together with family, and one of them came down positive with COVID. And so now everybody else is already starting to feel it. So it seems like, yeah, it's spreading. So I kind of get it, because everywhere is so busy right now. I mean, if anything, there's not just the C word out there. There is colds and flu galore.
It's that time of year.
Right. Especially like here in Houston, like we're back into the 70s. So with those drastic temperature changes, you know, people get sick. And with so many people out there,
Now you turn the oven off.
oh yeah, you do. So many people out there, and especially this time, if you're with like your grandparents and so forth, or people who, have a compromised immune system, I understand taking those precautions because you're like, well, I don't want to get grandma sick and then it come back on me,
Right.
So I understand that. And of course, that was the one thing I like at HEB. I always wipe down my carts just because I've always done that because I'm a bit of a germaphobe. So I'm always like wiping down carts and stuff.
You did that before the sea too, though.
Right. But Joe V's, when I go there, they don't have that. And I'm like, you kind of need it because I've seen some of the customers there and their hygiene is not on their priority list.
You know what we do have?
Huh.
I don't remember where. I think it may have been from like Ketopalooza a couple years ago. We had a giant bag full of the hand sanitizer. We need to keep it in your car.
Oh, yeah.
It make more sense in the car than in a back bedroom.
Yeah. Here, I'm going to move this closer to you.
Right.
And in fact, here, I'll move.
Yeah, you have to take the thing and take it apart. Yeah.
And
I'm trying to get full though.
I know, right? There you go. Shada said, roll it and toss it and mark it with a B. Okay, who knows?
I don't know what that is. That's a new one to me.
And Rickwood said, no, you need the inulin to feed the bacteria. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was just some type of prebiotic fiber. So I thought inulin or chicory root.
So that what you got won't work for that.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. Shauna said, that looks divine. Thank you. Rickwood said, you want to set the tip to 104. Okay, for 36 hours. That's what Dr. Davis says to use. Okay. I knew it was something low. I just remember Donna Schwink when she did the podcast with him or when she did the recipe, she was like, you don't want it to get above 109 because above 109 is when it kills the L. reuteri. So that's why that sticks in my head.
You still want the avocado?
Oh, yeah. Paul said, that's right. I forgot about that part. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Or this one?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Mouthful. But do we have salt?
Yeah, it's right there on the other side of the monitor. Can you reach it or I need to get up?
Yeah, you'll have to get up.
Okay.
I don't have.
That's fine. You have monkey arms.
That's right. Do you want one too? The avocado?
Yes, always.
Yeah, we definitely need to eat these. They're already browning. That's not salt.
I'm working on it. You're gonna need a spoon for that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Here, and you can put the seeds on that, and then I'll pitch them.
Okay. It'll probably just fall right out. Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
I know.
Yeah, it's time.
All right. Let's sprinkle some salt on here. Let's just do some salt on everything, right? Okay. Why not? Redmond's real salt, y'all.
Oh, you know I really love on my avocado, though?
Oh, yeah. Put some on mine. Oh, Paul said he has a sous vide on his Instapot, which is why I forgot. Oh, okay.
Cheater.
Rickwood said over 106 is too high. Well, I know I heard 109, but maybe I'm wrong.
Paul's just being fancy. Because it's a slow pour, so you want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you actually want.
Rickwood said, I'll message you tomorrow on the L. reuteri. I have Dr. Davis's book, Supergut, and can fill you in on what he says. Oh, okay. Awesome. I was just going to go to Donna Schwink's page again. Kate said, Tate Des Moines means monk's head. Tate is pronounced like Tet. Oh, Tet. Tet Des Moines. Oh, thank you. Mom is French. Oh, that's so cool, Kate. Awesome. Tell her bonjour. That's what I remember from my French class. Bonjour and let me see.
No, you remembered a lot, obviously.
Right, I know, right? Je t'aime, mon ami, I think. Did I say it wrong? I probably said it wrong. But anyways.
All I know is one line from a song, Tout le monde. What does that mean? Somebody
Yeah.
translate for me, please.
Oh, hot sauce is good.
It is.
It's more salt though.
Mm.
Okay. So, let's see here. Monk's Head, right? Is she talking about her crispy cookies? No, I was talking about the crust for the cheesecake. Kate said, I made the cheesecake using the pork rind crust with brown sugar swerve and butter and cinnamon, but my family didn't care for the crust. Aw, I'm gonna try it to up it a little bit with ground pecans. Oh yeah, that'll be good. Let's see here. Kate said, I wish they made pork panko with no salt. The crust on the cheesecake was way too salty. It was off-putting. The kids especially didn't like it. Yeah, it can be. I wonder, a lot of times we use the pork rinds from HEB, which are just pork rinds, no salt is added to it. So I wonder.
Maybe that's why ours.
Maybe that is a difference. But I think the porky good. Don't they have an unflavored? Does that still have salt in it? I don't remember. Sean said you should dunk those in a cheese sauce.
Oh yeah,
that would be good. But the kefir cheese is pretty good.
So kind of is.
It's okay.
What's okay? What?
Shauna said she's just really behind. That's all right. Caden said, it's just the name of the brand, Monk's Head. Monks are famous for smoky cheese and etc., right? Let's see.
Oh, whoops.
Shauna said, yeah, I missed out on the cilantro gene. Aw.
See, growing
is that
up,
good or bad?
Growing up, my stepdad used to say that it tasted like dish soap to him, and I thought he was crazy. And then, as I got older, more and more people, I was hearing that's an actual thing that people say when they don't like it. That's what that reminds me of. I was like, wow, he wasn't crazy. He is crazy, but it wasn't because of that.
Right?
Like at the time, though, he's the only person I've ever heard say that, though.
That makes sense. Brenda said, I want to try Keto Upgrade cinnamon roll recipe. I used fathead dough last year, and it was a bit salty. Oh, really? Okay. Now on mine, on my cinnamon roll, I did add some sweetener to the dough. Paul said, love cilantro and chimichurri, not a parsley fan, just has no taste for me except grass. Yeah, there's not a lot of taste to the parsley.
That's another one that always bothers me. How do you know it tastes like grass? How many times have you tasted grass?
I mean, knowing Paul, he probably has. Shauna said, probably because so many more people are out.
Probably. Well, because things are opening up more now, and they're like overdoing it. I think.
I saw so many people, like at HEB especially. There was a couple, like the lady in front of me at Aldi, like she grabbed a whole bunch of boxes and too much, and I'm like, there was a few of us that were just there for a few items. But a lot of people at HEB, like they had their cart almost overfilled. I'm like, did everybody wait until today to do their Christmas grocery shopping? I don't know. That's never been me because I've always gone early. But I'm like, you're waiting till Friday to get all your groceries for Christmas? I don't know. I guess I shouldn't judge. Shauna said, went out to coffee and we sat outside. Oh, how nice.
Or you know what it is too, probably? They're actually off today, whereas they're off on, because of the holidays. And so they're just stocking up before everybody gets here. That's probably what it is.
I was just like, woo.
Because like on Saturday, or Sunday, or HEB closing early or anything?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Oh. Rickman said, among certain news channels, there is another virus coming in, that and the amount of flu. Okay, yeah.
And a lot of it, too, I bet, is because people weren't taking the C word very serious, too.
Well, let's not get into it, but...
I'm just saying.
I think it's just there's so many people everywhere, and things have just gotten kind of lax, and I think most people are like, oh well.
We're done with that.
Well, we get sick, oh well. Mm. Shauna said, "Oh, you cooked them on a silicone mat." Yes, I did. I did put them on the silicone mat. Rickman said, "My girlfriend couldn't come to our high school Christmas party because her boss had been coming to work when he knew he had the C word. Bummer."
Oh, man, that's rude.
That really sucks. I mean, if you're going to do that, if you know you have it, at least tell people.
Because I had a job, boss one time. He says, if I can be sick at home, I can be sick at work. That was his attitude. He goes, all I do is sit at my desk all day. Why can't I do that when I'm sick? If I can sit on my couch and watch TV, I can sit at my desk when I work.
Because the point is that you rest and get better, and you don't want to spread it to everybody else. And Renee said, "Sorry, had a phone call with AT&T, so missed a little, but I'll watch that later." That's okay. At least you're back now. Caden said, "Terrible to put others at risk like that." Right. Charlotte said, patty cake. Paul said, "The 15-minute window of opportunity for avocados." Right. Charlotte said, "Right, not right, not right, not right, dead." Paul said, "Como ça va?" There's that. And thanks to LaBelle, Velouz coucher. Oh, voulez coucher avec moi, right? Caden said, "Tout le monde, everyone." Jonathan said, "Porky Good has an unflavored pork rind." That's what I thought. Sorry. No, sir. Unflavored, but still salted. Oh, okay. And see, I think when we get, I guess we don't have a bag over here.
I'll go get it.
Nah, the plain pork rinds, I think, is just pork rinds at HEB.
And only two, though. You can pull it up on your phone, too, though.
Oh, that's true. Sean said, "Tout le monde" is a great Megadeth song. Oh, you know it? Okay.
That's the only reason why I know that.
Oh, Renee said, "I still have to do shopping for Christmas?" Oh, Renee. I heard
she's kind of had her hands full lately.
I saw Shauna posted, "Well, in 2 more days, it's when Mid will officially start their Christmas shopping." I thought that was funny. Rickwood said, "Shelly, they shopped today on Friday because they got paid today." That's true. That's true.
Well, like I told you, remember my buddy, when growing up, his dad was on retirement and he only got paid once a month. Mm-hmm. So he goes, if I want anything, I got to go to the store with him on that day when he goes shopping, or I don't get anything. He won't get anything I want.
Yeah.
And then he would buy everything for the month.
Mm-hmm. I forget about. Yeah, today a lot of people got paid. Like Heath got paid. Mine was last week. Paul said, "I always wait till the same day that Mary's water broke to shop."
That's awesome.
But at least I'm nice to retail staff. Well, please. I hope everybody's nice to retail. I don't know. I don't understand being rude to anyone regardless of the situation. Like, I try to be nice. Brenda said, "Payday, and we got the day off." So I was at Kroger and Meijer today. I am exhausted. Right? How were they? Was it just a madhouse?
Oh, yeah. Because I think Kroger, I saw a thing yesterday, day before, where they were doing like triple bonus points or something like that. Some of the coupons.
Oh, today was 4 times points. So a lot of people. So you got your 4 times points, right, Brenda?
That's why a lot of people were out today too, though.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to Kroger because there wasn't anything we needed, and everything was cheaper at HEB this week. So I shopped, and sometimes like Kroger's been running some good deals, but lately it's like hit or miss. Like some weeks it seems like they have some good deals on meat and other things that we would use. And then some weeks, like this week and a couple weeks ago, like if you're a processed food person and a soda person,
or have babies, they do a lot of baby food stuff.
Yeah, well, but what I watch, one of them is like Saving with Shauna, or maybe she says Shana, but it's Shana. She does she goes through the whole Kroger ad and then tells you, okay, and then also on Ibotta or Shopkick, or there's one other one, you'll get this discount as well. So if you buy it at Kroger, and then you'll get this at Kroger plus all the savings, so you end up paying, whatever it is. And but it just seemed like everything at Kroger today that was on the weekly digital, like it was mostly processed food and sodas. And I was like, okay, we don't need any of that. And HEB had the rib roast cheaper. So that's why I went there. And they had the tri-tip on sale. I don't know if Kroger ever gets the tri-tip
I've
here.
never seen it.
Yeah.
What I was saying though, I've noticed a lot of times, especially like with HEB, especially with the BOGO stuff, buy one get one or whatever, or the combo logos they do. There's always a lot of baby food stuff, or like a diapers, and that stuff like that, or like
well, I saw
wipes and stuff like that.
Yeah, this week at HEB they had a lot of buy this get this free, but it was mostly like laundry detergent or dishwasher detergent. And I was like, I never buy those things in the store,
right?
Because it's always cheaper. Like I use the sheets, the earth sheets for the wash, the laundry, and that's way cheaper than anything I could buy at the store. And then also with dishwashing detergent, like I think I got some kind of deal like 3 years ago on Amazon, and we're just now down to our last bulk package of like 110 of them in there. So it's like it lasts forever, and that's how I kind of buy those things. Is I buy
and save too sometimes.
Well, yeah, but not on those. But like I buy to where I know it's gonna last months and months, if not years. Paul said, I've seen people downright mean to cashiers in stores. See, I don't understand that. I don't, especially a cashier. Like, why are you going to be rude to them? I don't know.
Doing their job.
I know. Well, and I've seen people sometimes before, like, have expectations of how cashiers should act towards them. Like, oh, well, you're not smiling or you're not this. And I'm like, you know what? If they're ringing my stuff up, it's okay. If they want to talk, that's fine. If they don't want to talk, if they just want to ring it up and say your total is $21, I'm fine with that.
Get me in and get me out. I'm happy.
Right.
The only time I ever get mad at them is a sacker, the bag boy or whatever, whenever they load it wrong.
No, but do you get mad at them or inside?
Yeah, I don't ever say anything to them.
Right.
But I mean, that's the only ones I ever really like. At least give them a side eye.
I don't even that. I'm just like, I'll fix it in the car.
Fine.
Life
So
is
you
too
put
hard.
The bread or the eggs on the bottom, and then put the jar of mayonnaise on top of that. I've had that happen.
Life is already difficult enough. I don't want to make life more difficult for somebody else just because I'm having a bad day. It's like I don't want to take it out on anything. If anything, if I can just be nice and maybe make their day a little easier or not add it worse, then that's what I try to do.
Like I'm telling you too, with all the awful drivers out there, I think sometimes some people drive, they leave the house just to get in the way of everybody else. I think some people leave the house just to be mean to other people. Like they enjoy it. It seems like.
How many of these did you have?
All but that one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't count them.
Oh,
if you're wanting, go ahead. I told you I am getting full.
Okay, well, you want to finish the sweet potatoes?
Yes.
There's still a little more in here.
I'm gonna make another batch too.
Whew. But yeah, I'm getting full, y'all.
So I'm gonna put that in the sink. So I'm gonna use that same bowl.
But yeah, I don't understand people being mean to a cashier. I don't get being mean to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyone, whether cashier or not. It's the same way with your wait service. You know?
Yeah. No, well.
Why would you want to mess with somebody messing with your handling your food?
Oh, wow. Renee said, we've had a handful of flu, C, and some other newer respiratory diseases that have been more resistant to treat. And I don't know. I'm wondering, here's my speculation, right? Because, as a society, we health professionals give so many antibiotics all the time, right? And everything else. And people, I feel like a lot of people, especially standard American diet, if you're eating a diet of mostly processed foods and seed oils, you probably have horrible gut health.
Probably weakened immune systems too.
Right. I'm just speculating, right? I'm not a doctor. I don't know this stuff, but I'm just gathering from what I've learned about gut health is when you're eating highly inflammatory foods like seed oils and like processed foods, it's damaging your gut. And then when you take antibiotics or you're on, like I know before, like I was probably, went to the doctor a few times a year. Guess what? They would go, here, we'll just give you another antibiotic. Well, you're just destroying your gut health when you take an antibiotic, and you've got to build that up. But I know in Western society, we don't eat a lot of foods that actually build your gut bacteria to a healthy level, such as kefir and your fermented foods. Like, even yogurt, trying to get that in, a lot of people just don't eat those. Like I did not grow up with fermented foods.
Nah.
And like, it wasn't part of my daily diet. And so I wonder if like these newer diseases and, the C word and respiratory and all of that, I don't even know if we have to say the C word anymore, but anyways.
It's catchy. We don't want to get demonetized.
I feel like if we all were, of course, avoiding processed foods and the seed oils, and we were more focused on gut health, I think overall we would be healthier, and we wouldn't see as many of these new respiratory or new, diseases coming out, because, all those antibiotics and everything, I feel like it's just a, what do they call it? Like a playing field for all of these new things to have a chance to really flourish instead of not having that opportunity. I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts?
Well, that's what Dr. Barry has always said. Stop poisoning yourself.
Kane said, Tour le monde means everyone in English. Oh, I like that.
Okay.
And then Renee said, but also folks that like to go down to Mexico to buy bulk antibiotics to take for everything, and they just build tolerance to stuff and can't fight off stuff. Right. Because again, I think if you're not somebody who's actively looking at health information, right? I feel like probably the majority of Western civilization, at least, like here in the US and Canada and the UK, all of that, you semi care about health. Like your doctor yearly gives you the health talk. You might hear it on the news or something, but you don't really get your knowledge yourself, right? You're like, well, I heard I should take vitamin C this time of year, but you're not looking at the whole picture. And then you hear, oh, antibiotics. Yeah, you need antibiotics to get rid of this, because what happens when you go to the doctor and you're like, oh, I've got this sickness. First, like I remember learning this when I was in pre-med in college. They said, really, what should be done is doctors should actually take a sample of whatever bacteria that's going on, so they can figure out the actual antibiotic that would treat that particular strain. But most doctors don't. They're like, you know what? Here, I'm just going to write this antibiotic for whatever it is. And they don't. Yeah. And they don't, see, well, what is it? And sometimes people are given an antibiotic for something that's a virus, like that. Oh, well, I just take this. They don't understand health as a whole. And then, doctors are just like, yeah, here's another antibiotic, because it's just easier, right? And a lot of people are like, I want to be healed today, and they don't want to wait for the natural progression of things to work itself, for your body to actually do what it is made to do and heal itself. Your body doesn't, you don't give it a chance, because you're like, no, I got to have this, this, and this, and get over it. And then not focusing on the gut health, because that's one of the pieces that's missing for doctors, is when they write this antibiotic, they don't say, oh, but then, this is going to destroy your gut health. So when you're done, make sure you're eating fermented foods to rebuild that healthy gut. No, they don't ever say that. No, just take this and live on. That's my thought.
Mhm.
Caden said, "Cause Heath asked."
Oh,
Right?
I asked.
I think
Okay.
something.
What did I ask?
Well, this was 20 minutes ago.
Oh, boy.
Rick Wood said, "I went to Aldi today to get eggs. I went early. By the time I left, the parking lot was full and people everywhere."
Well,
Oh,
at least you got a
wow.
parking spot.
But I checked the egg prices at Aldi because last week they were $1.28. This week, they're up to $1.69. So it's cheaper so far to buy them at Kroger,
Okay.
the 5 dozen. But I was really disappointed. Shauna said, "Well, I'm not doing the corned beef brisket thing ever again." I understand that. Renee said, "I really need to do a lot more, but working lots of overtime lately." Oh, that's good, though. Got to get that overtime while you can. Shauna said, "You are only one person. You've been so busy, right?"
Man, I'm so full.
Mm-hmm. What did you think of it?
Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I want to do it again, but do some fried eggs or a hollandaise sauce with it.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really good.
Yeah, making a hollandaise sauce and kind of using that like ice seed over it.
Or that, or I don't know, because they're making a lot. Or you have to knife and fork it. Then I was thinking of making it as a dip. Do it in a little saucepan.
Well, either way.
Yeah, because I kind of like having it as finger food.
Renee said, "I want to say thank you again to Lisa and Shauna for sending me gifts for my casa. You guys are amazing." Oh, that's so awesome, Renee.
That is. Long live the horde.
Shauna said, "Don't be mean to cashiers. Not their fault you waited till Mary's water broke to shop, right? Or that you waited until it was so busy and you have to wait because everybody else waited. Like, it's not the cashier's fault. They're going as quick as they can."
Right.
Renee said, "I actually prefer to bag my own because I don't want a million bags with few items in each. Control what goes where."
Right.
I mean, that's true. Usually, I find HB, I think, is really good. And I always tell them, "Here's my bags, fill them up."
Yes.
And they've been really good.
Because when they asked me too, "Well, do you mind if I put this together?" I said, "Yeah, I don't care. It's all going to the same house."
Mm-hmm.
And they just start laughing. They're like, "Yeah, that's true, huh?" Like nobody thinks about that. And I told them the other day, I said, as soon as I get to the truck, I'm putting it in my cooler anyways. I got a little long drive to get home. I'm like, "Oh, that's smart." I guess.
Good night, Carrie.
Good night, brother.
But like at Aldi, you have to bag it yourself, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, if you're lucky, if you do it right, I set my cart up because you know how they or am I thinking? Well, yeah, at Aldi, how they swap they have one sitting there waiting for you and they swap it out. If I set it in there right, they will bag it for me as they're putting it in my cart.
Yeah, some of them will.
Yeah, if you set it up right.
Yeah, sometimes I've got cashiers where they're just like, "No, not gonna do it."
And I've noticed too that when I load, like in certain grocery stores, I think at HEB especially, when I load it on the conveyor belt, if I load it in the right order, it gets sacked a lot better too. Mm-hmm. So you have to help them help you.
That's what I do too. I've always organized my groceries. I put it in a certain way, and yeah.
I technically load it my cart that way too. That way, whenever I get to the register, I can unload it backwards, basically.
Yeah.
But I think that's also partly because I used to sack groceries too. So I don't know, muscle memory kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I'm a little OCD about it too.
Yeah. Shauna said, "I guess Target here, maybe everywhere, changed their self-checkout to 10 items or less."
Oh, wow.
I don't like self-checkout.
I don't either. I don't work here.
I know. Paul said he loves self-checkout. But the
caveat is, on a certain occasions, I like it. If I only have 1 or 2 items, that's fine. But if I got a whole buggy full, I don't want to stand there and do that. Where did I go the other day? They actually had a little thing, like, because a lot of times I use my own bags, and when I put it on the area, the bagging area, it sets off the alarm and tells me or whatever, right? There was one I went to the other day where I had to do self-checkout, and it actually let me select the fact that I had my own bags. Yeah,
they usually do that. You have to do it before you scan anything and before you put your bags down.
I just never seen it before. Well, because then again, I never really do my own.
Yeah, I just don't like it because I feel like I'm already paying the price for somebody to do all that for me because that's factored into the price of the groceries. So I don't want to I feel like if I'm going to do self-checkout, then I should get a discount. But I'm just
all the sack and saves do that. They give you a smaller, lower price because you're doing half the work yourself.
Yeah, I feel like if they did that, then I'd be more apt for it. But, they're not going to. Like, the grocery stores have already figured in when you're paying for items, that price already factors in the price of their employees.
Yeah.
And the more they push self-checkout,
the more money they're making.
Well, not only that, then they're not hiring as many cashiers, but they're not lowering the price of the groceries.
Right.
So this is just their way of getting more people to pay more for groceries that they shouldn't have to.
Or you got places like Sprouts or Whole Foods that charge you for the bags too.
Yeah, well, I always bring my bags.
Yeah, no, but still, occasionally I'll forget them.
Oh, yeah. Paul said, my closest Walmart has that too, but nobody follows it. No biggie though, because they have like 20 registers at self-checkout, so it goes fast.
That's what I've been noticing what Kroger does. They'll have like 15 check stands, but then only 1 or 2 of them are open. The rest are all self-checkout.
I know.
That is annoying.
That is.
The only way I would go away, or only way it doesn't bother me, is if they all did it the way Sam's does it, where you do the self-checkout, you shop and go.
Yeah, that I'm okay with, because I do that
I'll put it in my cart anyways.
The scan and go.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because it is faster.
Yeah.
But the other stores, I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate self-checkout. If I only have 1 or 2 items, maybe if there's long lines, but otherwise, no. I want somebody else to handle all that. Rickwood said, there are so many antibiotics I can't take because they have latex in them. I break out in hives if I take them. Wow. I did not know that, Joe.
That's a sad experiment you have to run, though.
And then Renee said, laugh my butt off. It really is funny hearing ourselves whine about eggs being 20 cents more a dozen, but they're still less than $2. Not long ago, they were through the roof or just gone. I mean, yes, I know I'm complaining about that. It's just because I like to get the cheapest and best deal possible.
If I'm not complaining, there is a problem.
And it's just like last week, $1.28, this week, $1.69. I'm like, ah, like, it's like, I feel like, oh man, I should have got more last week when they were cheaper. Rickwood said, good grief, Charlie Brown. We have someone in the neighborhood shooting off fireworks. Yeah, they'll probably be here too. Maybe not tonight. The Lord is
born. We must blow something up.
Renee said, that's another benefit of my new house is the city fireworks are no longer over my backyard.
Right. That's going to happen.
Happy hounds. Yes. Happy mama. Oh, that's so great, Renee. How exciting.
From the war zone.
Right.
The celebration center.
Brenda S. said, I got those points, Shelly. It was pretty busy. My daughter was a bagger, so she got a workout.
Not bad.
Right. There you go. I mean, those prices, especially if you're going to be spending good money, like that 4 times deal, that's really good.
See, when I was doing it, though, I was at Apple Tree.
Oh, Applebee.
No, Applebee's a restaurant.
Oh, that is Apple Tree. I'm sorry.
No, not Apple. What? Yeah, Apple Tree. And we were allowed to be tipped. The customers could tip us because like H-E-B, they're not allowed to tip.
Right. H-E-B, you can't tip them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I kind of remember that. But I've always been like so cheap. I'm just like, I'll do it myself. Kate said Heath asked about, to Lamont meant, or at least I think he asked. Maybe I misheard. No, he did. He did ask.
That's actually the name. Like, was it Sean who said? Yeah, it's the Megadeth song.
Everyone. Shauna said, I remember going through self-checkout once because I was having a bad day, didn't want to talk to people. I had to ask for help 6 times, almost cried. Right? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, see? And that's why I hate the self-checkout as well. Not only do I feel like I'm overpaying for my groceries doing that, but then I also feel like it's more of a hassle because I always have to get the cashier to come help with something or to check something off.
Or, another way you can do it? Mess it up every time so they have to send somebody over. So either way, they're still making.
But then you're standing there waiting for them
Uh-huh.
to come back. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy. Renee said every store should just do like Sam's with
Yes.
the app. Still have cashiers for those not
Yeah.
tech savvy. So much more efficient.
Yes.
That's what I agree with. If you have a scan and
Embrace the technology.
go, right? If you have a scan and go, I would definitely do that a lot more. One, I like it because then you have a running tally of how much you spent.
Yes, that too.
Because right now I have to do it on my phone. I use the calculator, and as I add stuff to my phone, I punch it in the calculator so I know my running total. But the scan and go, that's what it tells you right there. So, I mean, if Sam's could have that feature, everywhere should have that feature. But I get what they're saying is somewhere I watched.
Walmart though?
No.
That's weird.
Well,
You think they would do it company wide?
Well, they said their biggest thing is theft.
Oh, even with the scan and go?
Well, no, just even with self-checkout.
Oh,
And they said that they've actually, I was hearing something where they've cracked down more on self-checkout that it could be a pretty big felony for stealing it. Yeah, I thought that I was reading something. Don't quote me on it. But anyways, they were saying because people are trying to get away with it, and they said also you have to watch because if you do the self-checkout and you better make sure your receipt is correct. So say you scanned it, but the receipt rang it up wrong or something. If you don't fix that, it'll come back on you. Like you purposely did something, right? There was this huge. I watched something where they were talking about you just got to be careful with self-checkout because they crack down on those things, and sometimes they review the cameras a few days later, and they'll be like, "Oh, look, this person did something wrong."
Or it's just wild. They do all that, right?
Uh-huh.
But then there's still some states you're not allowed to pump your own gas.
Right, that is funny.
But then you got to go across the street and sack your own. Check yourself.
At the store.
Yeah.
Renee said, "I get mad when I see gas and put off getting it till the next day, and it jumps 20 cents the next day." Oh, I know. Isn't that the worst? You're like, oh man, I should have got it yesterday.
Especially here, used to when I drove every day for work. I really liked when I left the house, I would get gas. Because when we leave our neighborhood on the right-hand side, right, you have to pass the gas station to leave the neighborhood. So I'd always time it, or I'd always make it where I would get gas on the way out, like she was saying. And then when I was coming in, I'd see it at one price, and I'd go in the next morning, and it's higher. I was like, why didn't I just go and get it last night or yesterday afternoon or whatever?
Right.
Because it was on the wrong side of the road, and it was so too much of a trouble to turn the wheel.
Uh-huh. Well, that's why I like Brenda shopping on Fridays, getting those because right now we have 30 points that or 30 cents that we can cash in, not points. We have 350 points, but we have 30 cents worth we can get off at gas at Kroger.
But it's just so hard though for you and I to get off of work on Friday on our normal time, run to the store and come back in time for this though.
I know.
Even with you getting off an hour before me, it's still too hard because there's rush hour traffic getting back to the house.
I know.
That's the only problem.
That is.
Because the located where the Kroger's is.
I know. Yeah, that's the only thing too.
It was nice when I had Fridays off.
Right.
But
right. But yeah. Well. But those fuel points do help at Kroger. And what I do, because we have so many, and I was telling my work friends today, I was like, yeah, within 5 miles, I probably have 20 grocery stores to choose from. And literally, I could go any direction and hit an H-E-B, an Aldi, and a Kroger. Those really cool. 3.
There's 3 or 4 of them. They're all grouped together where you can hit all of them in one trip.
Pretty much, depending on, if I want to go this way, there's H-E-B, Aldi, Kroger. If I go this way, there's H-E-B, Aldi, Kroger. Go this way, there's H-E-B, all of that.
The only thing is the timing's a little off on it because Aldi doesn't open until 9.
Yeah, for him. But I was telling them, I said, so anywhere I want to go with, within 5 miles, I can hit any of these grocery stores, which is convenient. So what I do is I pull up my Google Maps and I look to see which Kroger has the lowest gas price in Google, because when I did that last time, one Kroger versus another one that was within 2 miles was like a 20-cent difference in their gas price. So I like to do that.
And I've heard people say, "Oh, that's too much work." I'm thinking, well, you're sitting on your couch or sitting at your desk. You're not actually like, repaving the driveway or nothing like that. So how much work is it really to hunt that down,
I know. But when I told my coworkers, my sister, she was all like, she goes, yeah, but I have to drive further. And the only place they have for basically grocery shopping and everything where she's at is only Walmart.
Oh.
They don't have, all these different stores. I've never been
impressed with their food. Their meat and their produce.
Produce, I know. Oh. But anyways, and she was like, that's all they have really to shop at. I mean, they're probably some smaller ones, but for good prices anyways. Walmart's where it's at. And then she still has to drive. And she goes, but she'd rather do that than live here and deal with traffic. Because she's like, yeah, it might be within 5 miles, but you got all that traffic. I couldn't deal with that.
Well, like I've told people before, too.
I've grown up here.
AJ Foyt, the famous race car driver, is from Houston. And I've heard him say in interviews before, the most dangerous thing he's ever done, because he's driven race cars, 200 miles an hour or whatever. So the most dangerous thing he's ever did was driving Houston traffic.
Yeah. So she's just I
understand what she's saying.
Because she's like, no, she would rather have to drive a half hour to an hour to go grocery shopping only at Walmart and not have any other options than have to deal with the traffic here. And I'm like, well,
there's a Walmart, a mini Walmart 5 minutes from our
marketplace,
house, and we hate it.
Yeah, I go anywhere, but I'm just like, I don't know. I've always grown up here, so it doesn't bother me in those places being within 5 miles. Like it doesn't, the traffic doesn't, in some ways it does, because there's so many slow people who don't know how to drive, and I have to swerve around them because I'm like, okay, the speed limit is 40. You should be going 50. Get out of my way.
But part of that too is the time of day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because
especially with our neighborhood, when you get on the main drag, when you leave the neighborhood, there's certain times of the day it's a bear trying to get out of there.
It is.
It dumps off into the 45, the main road.
And the toll road and everything all comes together right here, so it can be a little crazy.
Day, it's a little hard to get in and out.
Yeah, but otherwise, I don't know. It just doesn't bother me as bad.
There's actually 2 main roads we can leave our neighborhood, but only one of them has a light. So I refuse to go the other way because I hate crossing traffic there. Because it's a 4-lane road with a median in it, but only one of the areas has a light. I don't like crossing that kind of stuff without a light. It's just too risky.
Shauna said, however, that same store, I have the restroom code saved on my phone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Heath would definitely need that. She said, self-checkout. Don't want to make a mistake and lose your job, right? Brenda said, I got gas for under $2 with my Kroger fuel points. Nice. That's so good.
That's awesome.
Renee said, it's so weird that I'm only 12 miles from the old house, 23 minutes to work versus 38. And now I use less than a half a tank of gas in a week. Oh,
that's awesome.
Why is it freezing up?
No,
there it goes. Wow, that's so good. Look at the savings already.
Yes, that's awesome.
She said lots of benefits. That's good. Rita said, here in Washington, we have to bring our own bags to Walmart. They don't have any. Wow. There are some stores that are totally self-checkout. No cashiers at all.
Wow.
Well, I hope that they price accordingly, but see, that's where I would just be like, oh, never mind. I ain't going to go there. I don't want to have to then work after working and getting all my groceries.
Right.
But that's something about you have to bring your own bags. But we've always brought our own bags to everywhere we go. So,
well, I think a lot of it we used to shop at Whole Foods a lot, and they give a bonus or a discount for that, and that's where we really started picking it up. Well, more than I ever did.
Oh, yeah. Well, they did have some certain things that I like, but we haven't been there in forever.
Because it's kind of a hard place to get to. Plus, we don't go out as often anymore, too.
Right. We don't. Renee said, I did receive a check from landlord.
Oh.
He kept $150, saying he had to get a plumber to unclog wipes for the toilet. He texted to tell me. I said, why would I flush wipes when I know how bad the plumbing was there, knowing I wanted my full deposit back? Did not get pet deposits back either.
Send him a bill.
I'm going to get out my old lease this weekend before I text him about it to read the writing. That is total BS, like capitalized BS. Like, kept $150 about the plumbing.
If you were going to do that, you should have stocked up all the toilets and the sink in the kitchen and whatnot.
She said, all other places I've rented, I've never received pet fees back, but he phrased it deposit in a prior message, so I need to see how it's staying in the lease. Right? Yeah, check and see how it is.
Gone, though.
But that is stupid that he's trying to blame the plumbing on you. When you've had, remember when the plumbing was backing up into your shower and had to have someone over there? Like, look at all the inconvenience. He should have paid you for that time where you couldn't even use like your toilet or shower for a few days. Wasn't there? I thought it was like a few days you couldn't even use it, but that's just total bull.
We need to give her the number of a couple of our lawyer friends.
Well, my lawyer friend's just on traffic. Renee said, other landlords say it's non-refundable anyway for cleaning purposes. Even if it says the way, I'm good. I feel comfortable knowing the landlord and wife are miserable people and so disliked by so many. Karma. Right? But that is just, that's just dumb. And you had a feeling.
You know what you do too?
That he was going to try to pull something.
Do a random drive-bys of the house every once in a while when you see somebody looking at it like they're wanting to be a renter.
Or a buyer.
Well, tell them. Warn them off.
Right. Too bad you can't. Can you leave him now that you've got the money? Once it clears your account, does he have like a Google page where you can go and leave a bad review about him?
Right.
That's what I would do. Is I'd be leaving him like a bad review and something else. I mean, what a jerk. 150, really.
I've been to your house. You kept that place immaculate.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. She goes, yeah, I had to bucket out the water from tub. It wasn't sewage, but just didn't drain because cast iron plumbing needed to replace. Right.
He needs to send you a bill. I mean, a payment for that.
Right, exactly. Like you had to do all of that while you were a tenant. But I
had to fight with him to get people out there to fix stuff too.
I understand though. You're just like, fine, just done with him. And yeah, he's a miserable person. At least you're out of that situation now. And you can just like release it and know, you know what? He's going to have his own issues. He's going to have, his own things going on with that property and his life. And then one day when he's a patient of yours, you can remember and be like, oh yeah, remember you held that 150? All right, you're gonna do this a little bit harder. Right. Shada said, block that dude's number. Right. Renee said, it's already cleared. He wasn't a published landlord. Oh, it was a private thing and they are moving. I might be able to leave a bad review on his real estate site if he hasn't moved yet. That's what I mean. Like it's real estate. If you could, Google him on his real estate, Google it, and then see if he's on Google, then yeah, leave a bad review for his real estate and say, look, I was his tenant. I did this, this, and this, and he comes up with BS reasons. I have several realtor friends and they all say, beware, do not use him as a realtor. But at least it's over with, right? Done. Sayonara. It's over with. We're going to go into 2024 with good intentions, good things are going to come in 2024, right?
Yes.
That's what I am like focusing on is, 2024 is a brand new year where I have like so many good goals set up and we're going to make it the best year. We always focus on, physical health here. I'm, really pushing towards financial health for 2024, just really putting all of those things in place so that 2024 is even better than 2023.
Yes.
That's our goals so far. So you know what? All this bad BS that happened with that stupid landlord, it's all done. You've got your house and you've got friends and loved ones. And 2024, you know what? It's done and over with. It's going to be better. And she said, Danny and Beverly Clark of Rockport. Go get them, folks.
Aha, nice.
Danny.
Sick 'em.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, so just kind of, oh, look, my lipstick all came off. Should I refresh my lipstick? What do y'all think? Probably not. It's getting late. But yeah, so anybody else, basically we just have a little over a week left of 2023.
I know, it's crazy.
I know. So do any of you have any plans for 2024? Like, what are your goals? What are your intentions? What are you hoping to see in the new year? Or is anyone participating in any type of challenge in 2024? So I know a lot of people has commented to do like, some type of triple B&E or beef and butter or whatever it is in like the month of January. Is anybody doing something like that? Or, what are you hoping to start off the new year with? I like to hear those things. Renee said he did sell for Rockport properties, but heard he went to Luce properties, Luce properties. Huh. And Shot asked, is he holding a giant fish and look like a creepo? Well, he probably does look like a creepo. Sean said the best thing about 2023 was getting to meet y'all on the cruise and joining the HungryHorde. Aw, thanks, Sean. I agree. Let's think back. What was your favorite parts of 2023?
You.
Aw.
Probably the cruise.
The cruise is fun, right?
Well, honestly, I actually enjoyed our pre-cruise meetup.
Yeah, I did enjoy that too. But I also had fun at KetoCon, just like when we went out to Buffalo Wild Wings and what was there, about 20 people there that night? I don't know, maybe 15. I don't know. That was fun too. Yes. The cruise was a lot of fun. There was a lot of people we met on the cruise.
And getting to finally meet Lynette.
Mama Bear Lynette.
Yeah, how close she
I know. That was fun. Yeah, we met her at KetoCon. And then, she helped out at the pre-cruise stuff. And then on the cruise, there was a lot of people. And then remember how fun it was when Robert Sykes came on our live? That was neat.
That was pretty cool. And how much he said he loves our hot sauce too.
I know. And
and then meeting what's her name? Quam. I forget her screen name. Hafate or whatever has she always said.
Oh, Island Bunny?
Yes.
Zenobia.
Yeah, that's her name.
That was at KetoCon as well.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
There were several other people. Yeah. I don't want to start naming off because then I feel like I'll miss somebody. Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely fun.
Yes.
Everything, like I feel like overall I had a really good year.
Yes.
Like I got promoted at my job. I got a new position at my job, got a wonderful raise with my job. Like that all happened at the beginning, the first quarter of this year. And that was kind of unexpected. So I was really excited about that. That really helped. And then you'll see it next week in the Warden Report, but paid all my taxes this week. That is such a load off. That's why I could get Heath this little cheese thing, right?
That's what you need to do on this week's Warden Report too. Show off your Christmas presents.
Oh,
you were talking about all the stuff you got for the making your kefir stuff and everything.
I know, but I haven't opened it yet. You mean my El Rude, right?
Yeah,
not my kefir.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, well, yeah, when we open our presents. But I was so happy, y'all. I finally paid when he got his check this week. I then sent off yesterday or maybe it was Wednesday, the final payment that was owed on our taxes. And I'm like, oh.
That's
like I literally felt like a huge weight was lifted off of my shoulders. Like I slept so well last night that like yesterday, remember I woke up so early because I was still kind of like anxious. Plus I had been fasting for a while. So that always pipes me up. But last night, just knowing the taxes are paid, I slept so well. I didn't want to get up this morning. I was like, do I really need to get up? Like, I feel so good. Like, it literally just...
I'm going to waste this feeling good day to go to work.
No, I mean, I love work.
What I love about both of our jobs is payday is Friday, technically.
Yeah.
But here recently, I don't know how it happened, but we're getting paid on Wednesdays.
I've been back to Thursdays now for a couple months now.
But still, even Thursday though, you get
I know, a day early.
Awesome. 2 days for me though, it's wild. And used to, the only time it ever happened to me before when I used to have a credit union account. That's the only other time.
But yeah, I was like, that is nice, and it was just. I don't know. I'm just really happy. Like I was so elated.
I love my new job. It's awesome.
Really good. You got a new job and you feel a lot better at this one than you did the old one.
Yes.
Yeah. And I love my job. I actually had so they do performance reviews every year. So back, I think in October or something, I had to write up my version of my performance for the year. And then my manager wrote up hers. And then today, I met with my manager and she went over like my performance and, everything's great. They don't talk about the merit increase until like late January, early February. And so, I'll find out then how much I'm going to actually get more starting next year. February 9th, I think, is when it begins. But I was just like, nice. I think overall, like I've really enjoyed my new role at the company. My manager agreed. She thinks I'm doing great. She's impressed with how well I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I'm really excited. Like I enjoy what I do. I look forward to it every day.
I also got another call out today too at work. Another attaboy.
Oh. They
do these things that they were supposed to ask or remind my caller at the end of every call. I'm supposed to ask them. There's a what do you call it? Remind
exit them. Survey.
An exit survey. Yeah, remind them to take it and tell you if you don't mind. At the end of this call, there's a 3-question survey. As soon as we disconnect, it'll auto prompt you for it. I'd really appreciate it if you could take it for me, whatever, And most everybody tells me great, but then I got a call out on it. Tell me how I got good marks on all of mine. And
awesome.
Not just the good marks on them, but also the fact that people were doing them. The fact that they're even taking the survey.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Nice. Well, my company had back on the 12th this month, they had a company party. It was, y'all, this was hilarious. Even my coworkers and manager, we were still talking about how weird but funny it was. Well, on one of the games I played, I was in the top 20. So I got 1,500 reward points. They do this other reward point thing, which is equivalent to $15. And they paid that to me today, the 1,500 points. So I've already got, because I just let the points accumulate, and I already have $50 worth of points in there. So I'm like happy about that. I'm like, but I like to wait until it gets to like 100 before I like cash it in for whatever. But I mean, to already be at 50, and I know I just cashed in 100 not too long ago. And then my manager gives those out pretty frequently. And she like gave me one because there's only going to be 3 of us working the day after Christmas and the day after New Year. And so she gave us like bonus points just for tackling and being, a team player. And then the director, he then gave like they could boost the points, so he added even more points to that. So I was like within this past week, my points have literally doubled.
I still think it's a great story too, though. On you, I love bragging on you.
Oh,
I know it's not your current supervisor, but when you first went to this company, your supervisor, your direct supervisor, actually stole you from another company that y'all were with together.
That's true.
She said, "Hey, I'm leaving, and guess what? You're coming with me."
Right? I know.
I think that is amazing. That's a glory story.
That was nice. And my new manager, she's just amazing.
Just as awesome.
Yes, she really is. Yeah. And she's just so lax. She's, I've had managers in the past that are very, micromanaging. What's going on? Let me check on this. Well, you have to go to lunch at this time, or we have to have set lunches or set breaks and stuff. And my manager, she's just like, hey, just work your 40 hours, however you get to it.
What did you say earlier? You're bragging to her about my job?
Yeah.
Because mine's awesome. There's only one rule, technically, two, about my lunches and breaks. I can take them anytime I want to. The only caveat is I can't do it the first hour or the last hour of my shift.
Yeah.
And other time I can do as long as I want. And in fact, in training, one of the ladies was telling us, one of the trainers was telling us what she does. Because we get an hour lunch and then 2 15-minute breaks, which means it's an hour and a half break.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
She'll log out for an hour and a half and take a nap and then go back to work.
I mean,
Which is weird, though, because it's technically 3 different punches. You have to go clock in and out. How do you clock in and out on a break then? If you're sleeping through it, that is weird. I didn't think about that. Unless she fixes it on the back end.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because that's a 30-minute break total. I've even done before where I've taken 3 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's nice. That really is nice that they do that, because most call centers are not like that.
And the other rule too, they said if I only wanted to take it, I either had to choose either a half hour or an hour lunch. But once I start on that, that's the way I am from now on.
Oh.
So I can't do an hour today and a half hour tomorrow and get off a half hour. I have to
stick to that
shift.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That way they have the coverage.
Right. That makes sense.
Because it's a call center job, so.
Yeah, they have to have so many people.
Showing her today, I had no less than 6 invitations today. It's company wide. They do these. They call it VTO, voluntary time off.
Yeah,
and they'll let you know ahead of time too. Hey, VTO is fixing to open up. You just go in and apply for it, and you go home if you want to.
Yeah, if you have the PTO to cover it, or else it's unpaid.
Yeah. But then it's not deducted or not. You're not penalized for it.
I know.
You're not missing work that way. But
you're penalized financially.
Yeah, right.
But see, that's why, they never offer PTO for what I do now is basically you.
VTO.
Whatever.
Yeah.
VTO. Because it's like, okay, like she said, just work your 40. So if you wanted to leave early one day and make it up another, you can, as long as there's coverage. Like she was telling me today, you don't have to take a lunch, just make sure you're not working over 40. You can't skip lunch and then accrue the overtime. Like that doesn't work. Like you still have to keep it at 40.
See, I wish I could do that though. Save my lunch and my breaks or whatever till the end of the day and get off an hour early.
Right.
And that's what they don't want you doing.
Well, right. Well, she's like, pretty cool.
But also
all
it's
of that.
easier for you because you're not on a call center.
Right.
You only have a couple of things you have to do that are time sensitive. And that. And
the only thing is, like at the end of the day, the last hour is pretty busy because we have to any tickets we work that day have to be reviewed the same day and cleared out. So sometimes at the end of the day, if there's a lot to review, we can't leave because I'm the last shift. We can't leave until they're reviewed.
You're playing cleanup.
We can't leave until they're all reviewed, and there needs to be at least 2 of us on until 4:30, right? Because if I review something and say the person made an error, if that person's already left, I can't correct that person's error as the reviewer. I have to get somebody else who's working still to go in and correct it, and then I review it again. But so that's why there does need to be 2 people. So that's the only.
You work a little later too, though.
Right, and that's the only thing with, like if I'm like, oh, I'll just leave early, I'm just going to leave at 4:00 today. Well, I have to make sure there's still 2 people that are going to be there to help cover the last 30 minutes.
There's always nuances to that.
Yeah, and it's just talking with your coworkers, and we're all pretty tight, so we're pretty good at just talking to people. And then Renee said, yeah, that's what he looks like, the creepo. And then Shauna gave the link. Thanks, Shauna. And Renee said, that's an old pic when he was younger. And Shauna said, nowhere really to leave a bad comment. He only has 1 listing. So he's older and creepier now. Yep. Is the listing my house? And then Shauna said, I finally got to stay in my booked room at the Parker Palace. That's right. And Renee said, no, P sells big money. Huh. And then Brenda said, the rum cake came out of the oven looking good. I'll glaze it in the morning and put on a Facebook page. Ooh. Can't wait to see it because that sounds incredible. Brenda said, so glad that tax burden is lifted off your shoulders, Shelly. What a relief.
And also, was it 3 years ago now when I was a Weisenberger?
Oh, no, that was in 2020, so almost 4.
Whenever they filed that wrong, remember that job?
Oh, I know.
Tell them that story.
Well, if you go get fudge. Okay. And I need more water. It's empty. Yeah, for some reason, when he worked that job 4 years ago, I don't know if it was their HR person, but when I put it in, because I always do like married and 0, but they actually did 0 withholdings. And I didn't realize that because, I didn't get like a physical copy of his check. I was just like, oh, okay, this is what you're getting. And then we got hit with a big kind of tax where we owed, a couple thousand in taxes.
That hurt.
Yeah, that really hurt because I didn't know that they were.
During the year.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But yeah, having my property and real estate taxes paid, it's just like huge. And I don't want to have this stress at the end of next year. So that's my number 1 goal. Is I think by the end of March, I will have enough money saved up, and I'm just going to put it in a HISA since I can get an employee rate with the HISA. I'm going to put it in the HISA, and then when it becomes due, like when I get the tax bill, usually in November, then I can just pay it straight from there, and I know then, hey, that's in there, and it'll earn interest all year, which is what I prefer. That's how I've always done it. This is why I didn't escrow my account, my mortgage, because I like to earn my own interest for myself, even if it isn't that much. Maybe it's only, less than $100. It's still, I want my money. And so that's why I've always done it. But this year, right, this year, I did not do that. I waited till the last quarter. So it's been stressful. But this coming year, I want to have that money already saved up by the end of March, put it in the HISA so it'll earn interest until I have to pay it out next December. And that'll be just way better. And then I'm hoping too that I also save enough this year that in like October, I want to open a CD because again, I get employee rates. I'm going to open a CD and put the money in for 2025's taxes. So then that's all taken care of. So it's like, then I'll have the tax money for at least the next 2 years. I won't have to worry about, right? Shauna said, geez, I got a really nice bonus. Tried to be a good adult, paid extra on some things, forgot about my 2 big auto pays and put myself in the hole. It sucked. It was fixable, but sure had one really bad day. Oh, thank you. Right, adulting does, but I know, Sean, that is just such a nightmare when that happens. Like, oh no, I forgot about that.
Earthquake.
Sean said, I start a new position in 2024. I'm going back to development engineering. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Is that fun good or fun like sarcastic fun? Which kind of fun is it? So this is the peppermint fudge we made, the Ketochow peppermint fudge.
Oh, good.
It's so good, y'all. And we did it with the white chocolate lilies. Oh, Renee says she needs to do the home exemption thing before end of year for taxes. Not sure if it's complicated. It's not complicated, like, at all. It's really easy.
If you knew somebody who could help you.
It like literally doesn't take much time. I mean, mine, I've always had to do it online. So you should have the same option of being able to do it online as well. I would imagine most everywhere is online now. And it's just real easy that way. And it's not a big deal to do it. One thing I do have to do that is annoying is I have to renew my license in 24.
Oh, that is annoying.
And because the last time I renewed it, which I think was like 6 years ago, I did it online. So Texas, I didn't know this, but Texas doesn't let you renew continually online. Like they only let you renew it once online. And then the next time you renew, you have to do it in person. So this year, or 2024, January 9th, I have to go in person to get it renewed. But I thankfully my birthday falls on a Tuesday this year. So Heath is already out. So I already put in the PTO, already got it approved. And I'm just gonna go in. What I do like is when I go to the Texas driver's license renewal, it'll show you, from your address which location is closest, and you can make an appointment. So I've already made the appointment. Right, so that you can just get it. And I remember when I did that, I don't know, 10 or so years ago, whenever I changed my name after we got married, I remember I made the appointment and I went there and I was like in and out in less than 15 minutes. So I'm hoping it's just as fast now.
Fingers crossed.
But I've already made my appointment.
You take this away from me, I'm going to eat this whole jar.
Well, I've only had one piece.
Well, get you busy.
Get your busy?
Yeah.
Get your busy. Okay.
And you know what I think's going to be cool too? All the little flakes, I'm going to mix that into my creamy.
Mm-hmm. But,
You get one more for the road.
Well, that's not fair. I didn't get another one. I've only had 2.
Well, keep them over there then. Get them
There.
away from me.
But anyways.
If only you knew where they at in the refrigerator.
I know where they at. That's what's dangerous.
You're making more tomorrow, right? I think it's almost empty.
I'm making a cheesecake tomorrow.
Okay. And?
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyways, I have to go to the DMV. Isn't that sad? I feel like there's like a hair bothering my nose, y'all. I'm sorry.
You want to go outside?
Renee said, adulting sucks, right? Kate, good night, Kaden. Merry Christmas. Have a great weekend. Oh, Rhonda's here. Hey, Rhonda. She said,
you're just in time for the dishes.
Evening all, catching the tail end, getting some things done. Hubby's driving home from Omaha.
Wow.
We'll be here in a little bit. So excited to see him. He'll be home for almost 2 weeks.
That's
awesome. Good.
That's awesome.
How exciting, Rhonda. Have fun.
You.
Well, you'll have to go back and watch at least the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Renee said, did you guys see the new Bones flavor?
No.
Crusaders Cup, nutty chocolate, butterscotch, and caramel. I don't love butterscotch, but that sounds yummy. That does sound good.
Oh, I missed that. The cat again. You see it?
Renee said, I need to get some more yummy flavors. I went through most, so I would have to pack it, right?
That's smart.
Well, I thought about it. At HEB, I really wanted to get the Texas pecan, but the HEB Texas pecan. But I was like, you know what? I know I already have a lot of coffee in stock. I don't need to spend, I think they're $8 or something. But HEB, if you like the HEB coffee, they are doing a promo right now. Like if you spend, I think it's either $15 or $12 on their coffee, you get an additional like $2 or $3 off.
So I need to stock up on Tuesday for you.
No.
I don't know if you're going to like that.
It's weird.
So it's a leftover of I had a little bit remnant in here of my Dutch Rainbow, and I topped it off with some of this pineapple strawberry. It's really good, I think.
Sharon said, well, that makes sense, right? And then Renee said, 2023, the year I got neutered and moved to independent living. Right? Shauna said, and I got to meet Renee and the beach hounds. That's right. Shauna said, January, I start my 16th year at this company.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And I'm still saying, I think, or mostly.
Debatable.
Sean said, I'm really excited. It's the good kind of fun. Well, I'm so happy for you, Sean. That is so nice, getting to have a new position and have great things coming ahead in the new year. That's so awesome. Rickwood, good night, Rickwood. Have a Merry Christmas. The time for bed. Everyone have a great weekend and Merry Christmas. What were you saying?
Remind them about the 30th.
Oh, yeah. Channel members, if you're still here, I guess I should have said this at the beginning.
Yeah.
Don't forget, not tomorrow, the following Saturday on the 30th is our monthly cook-along. So if you didn't get the email, please let us know. But good night. And then Rhonda said,
next week to remember that.
Yeah, Rhonda said, Shelly, did you and Heath have a big wedding?
No.
We flew to Vegas. We didn't tell a soul.
On a whim, actually.
On a whim.
I don't guess we ever told that story to her. Or she was gone. We were talking the story. Actually, we were talking about it when we decided we wanted to get married. And I already got it planned. One of my cousins, as a side gig, she used to, for a while, make wedding cakes for people. So we were going to hire her to do a wedding cake for us. That's as far as we got to planning it. We were at dinner one night, and
on Labor Day weekend,
just talking about stuff, planning the wedding and all, talking about, Tanya making the cake and everything for us and all.
Right.
And I just looked at her and said, you know what? We're doing this all wrong. She's like, what do you mean? I don't want to wait. I love you. I want to be with you. Let's fly to Vegas right now. And she just looked at me and goes, shut up. I said, what do you mean? She goes, don't tempt me. Don't tease me. She whipped out her phone and started looking at flights. She goes, well, because what was like 8, 9 o'clock or whatever?
Yeah, it was like 8 o'clock at night. And I said, well, the last flight tonight leaves at 9 p.m. and there's no way we get home packed and get to the airport. It was like a half-hour drive
to get back to the house.
Right. I was like, there's no way.
So she's like, let's just leave in the morning. I said, okay.
I said, so after that, the very next flight was, I think, at like 6:30 a.m.
That's just too early.
No, that's what
this one was okay.
Yeah.
Because
I was like, we're not going to sleep tonight. Let's just, go home, get everything, and then we'll go first thing in the morning. And it was Labor Day weekend, so we had a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
So we got up Saturday morning, flew to Vegas.
Well, what's better, we didn't tell anybody except for one person. I got an old poker buddy that had just, like a year before or whatever, moved to Vegas to be a professional poker player. He was the only one that I told. We didn't tell our parents or nobody, but him. He met us at the hotel at the airport and took us straight from the airport to the courthouse.
Yeah.
And heckled me the whole time because he's freshly divorced. He was heckling me the whole time, telling me not to do it. But he was so happy that we were coming. The fact that we were doing it. I didn't tell him why we're coming. I told him that you and I are coming. He's like, oh, you're coming to get married, aren't you? He figured it out real quick.
Yeah, he started screaming like a little girl.
Because, you met him several times, and you saw how he is. But he was all excited because we used to be pretty tight. He lived not too far from Lynette, where he was over in that same area. Like he was a couple of miles from her anyway. Not the same neighborhood, but the same area. Know. But we used to hang out all the time.
Yeah, so we just flew to Vegas. We got married that Saturday. So we went to the courthouse, got our paper, the Clark County courthouse, got our papers.
It's open 24 hours.
As soon as you leave the courthouse, there's like all these different venues. All their people are out front. And we talked to a couple, and one of them was like, look, we'll pick you up in a limo. We'll take you to our place. We'll, get you married. You'll get a CD of your marriage, or the ceremony rather, and we'll do it all for this price, right? And you kind of negotiate with them like, well, what about this? Or can you throw this in? And so, yeah. And I didn't even do like a white dress. I had like a cocktail dress that was blue. And that's what I wore as my wedding dress.
And then the couple in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
At the
wedding chapel.
Were actually married by an Asian Elvis impersonator, a skinny Elvis impersonator, carrying an 80s style boombox.
Yeah. We did not do the Elvis thing. I was like, no.
That's too much.
So we did kind of
hilarious though.
And we did kind of keep that part traditional. Like I had to walk down the aisle, which is a little weird.
And then wasn't the wedding officiator, wasn't it a female also?
Yeah. She was a female wedding officiant, and she married us, and we were like in and out of there, I think within an hour.
Yeah.
Well, you were, because I had to get ready and change there. And then, you had to wait a little bit. And then we, got married, and they had it on CD. And then, that was it. And then we went back to our hotel. We stayed at like a cheap old hotel, the Golden Nugget.
Strip. Oh, because I was being silly.
In Old Vegas.
Yes, an old part of Vegas, off the strip. Because I'm very big into hometown. So I want to support my people from Houston. Well, Tillman Furtada, he owns the Rockets, and he owns several restaurants in town. Y'all heard us talk.
Landry's, right?
Yeah, he owns the Landry's restaurant. Y'all heard us talking about like when we go to Saltgrass. That's one of his restaurants, and we're members of their dining club and everything. So I wanted to support them too, because he owns, and we stayed at one of the hotels that he owns there in Vegas.
Yeah, the Golden Nugget.
Yeah. So I just thought that was cool. No, they still do. He still owns it, yeah.
Want to know. But anyways, so we stayed at
the one in Lake Charles.
And we stayed at the Golden Nugget, which is
we did once, and we never been back.
It very much is
old
like
school.
When you think old Vegas, that's what it is.
We should have done more research, because now I don't.
When you only have a couple hours to play and everything, right? But we stayed there. It was okay. Yeah. And then Heath played poker, I played slots, and then we flew home Monday.
Yeah. And, then,
that was it.
That's what did we tell your mom when we got home?
That Saturday after we were married, then we posted on Facebook a picture, and you could go to our Facebook and see it with us holding the marriage certificate.
Yeah.
And we posted that, then everybody, and then your mom called, and then I think we called my mom and told her then, and then that was it.
Facebook, so she didn't
Yeah, people who weren't on Facebook, then we called a couple of people to let them know, but otherwise we just posted on Facebook and let everybody know that away. And then Shana said, they ran away and got married. I think Elvis was involved. I know a rag and a chloroform was right. There was definitely a rag and chloroform involved. Rhonda said, I'm going to watch through this point. Oh, thanks, Rhonda. Renee said, okay, good to know for HEB coffee. I need more Texas pecan. I'll probably go tomorrow. Yeah, look it up. It's a digital coupon. But I know Patty, Patty lives right in Oklahoma, and she was saying her favorite coffee, because I asked her the Warden Report this year, tell me your favorite coffee brand. She said hers is the HEB Texas pecan. She says the best Texas pecan she has ever had from any brand. And so anytime she comes to Texas, she stocks up on it. So that's why I was really tempted. And in fact, what I was going to get at the HEB here, they sell samples, like a 1 serving sample of the coffee. And I was going to buy that for like $1.25, but I was just like, nah. And plus it was so crowded. I was like, I'll just get out of here. But yeah, so get it. Let me know. I'll probably get it, I guess, in February.
I'll go ahead and get it tomorrow while you're out. Yeah. No, you're not going anywhere because you went today.
Right. Sean said, I got it. Ronnie said, Shelly, I went through my bank statement and I have so many subscriptions. It's ridiculous. I really need to get rid of some of those streaming channels. Shake my head. I mean, you named it. I have it. Wow, Ronnie.
We're not canceling the Peacock, though, are we?
No, you didn't want to.
Well, because once I do, you have to re-up with them. It's either
I
there's
know.
no pause on them.
Yeah.
And we use it for other stuff other than my wrestling.
But yeah, that's what I was like, wow. I use that app Rocket Money. It's not perfect because there's like a couple of our affiliates that pay us, they recorded it as a refund. I'm like, it's not a refund. Like the YouTube payment we got this week, they were like, "Ooh, you got a refund." I was like, "It's not a refund," and I know there's ways you go on the app and like tell them the correct thing, but I just haven't dealt with it. But what I liked about the Rocket Money app is it'll review and tell you, "Hey, you've got these subscriptions," and you could go right through Rocket Money and say cancel.
Oh wow.
Or
Pause,
cancel or whatever, or negotiate. They'll even have on there because they said they'll negotiate our internet.
Oh.
But I was like, I don't know. I don't want them to negotiate it because I don't want them to say, "Hey, we're gonna put you down to this different level," because I feel like we need the best because we're working from home. But anyways, I like that. But see, it's really good to look at that because that's what I was hearing from these different financial channels is they said so many people sign up for things because they'll say, "Hey, sign up now. We'll give you, the first month free or the first 3 months for free," because they know
you'll forget.
Most people forget and never cancel. And then most people, if it's under $15, don't bother canceling because they're like, "Oh, it's just $10 or it's just 15." And they said that these companies, marketers, they know this because they have done studies where if they charge $20, suddenly people are like, "Oh, no, I'm going to go ahead and cancel." But if they keep it under the $20 mark, most people aren't even going to bother with canceling. Like it's too much of a hassle to cancel when it's only $10 or $15. But when it's 20, that's the line. That they actually did study like $20 is the line where people are like, "Oh, it's worth the hassle to cancel." But under that, most people don't. But and I kind of get that, like, "Oh, it's only $10," but $10 times 12 is $120.
Yeah.
That's a nice week's worth of groceries. That's a good, nice prime cut rib roast, right? Like you could get a nice rib roast for that.
Or like a customer I had earlier today, I had to do a refund for her, and it ended up coming to be like $168, right? But we'd already done a refund for her, so I wasn't able to process it on my end on the computer. She actually had to go in store and swipe her card to get the refund, and she was mad because she had to drive 30 minutes to get to it.
Well,
she didn't want to get out. But for 30 minutes for $168,
I would do it.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. She's trying to figure out how long she has until she has to go do it.
Oh.
I was like, tomorrow?
Oh, wow.
No, that's what I was thinking to myself.
Yeah.
$168, I could drive a half hour for that.
I would too. I don't know, and I think I talked about it on the Warden report. I think, correct me if I didn't, but like when we were without AT&T Wi-Fi or internet really for 2 days, it was like 49 hours. I called them and I figured it out. What we pay $75.36 a month for our internet, and that's for the fiber highest internet, right? And I was like, well, that only averages out to like $2.40 a day. So they're probably only going to give me a $5 credit. But I was like, I remember because, Heath and I know other jobs, like when they offer a credit or a refund, they'll start off kind of low because they know most people are going to be like, "Oh, okay, that's fine." So when I, disputed with AT&T, again, I didn't have to call because I love the chat feature. I don't like calling. So I chatted with them and they were like, "Okay, we give," okay. And the person said, "Well, let me check and see what I give you." And they said, "Oh, my supervisor says I could offer you $5 credit for, you not having it." And I said, "You know what? I understand that. I've been a long time AT&T customer, like 20 something years." I said, "I just, with us both working from home, missing a day of work, I would appreciate more if you would give us like $10 credit." And they were like, "Oh, $5 is what I could do." And I was like, "Well, how about, can you go ask your supervisor and just tell them, 'Hey, look, you have a customer been with you for 20 years. And can I offer them $10? I was like, what, what's the worst that can happen? I'm already going to get 5. And yep, a couple minutes later, they came back and they said, okay, I got approval to give you $10. I was like, yeah, see, that was worth it to me. I just pushed back a little bit because what's the worst that's going to happen? I'll only get 5. But if I push back twice, you kind of have to do it twice. You have to say, well, and they came back, give me $10. I mean, yeah, that's not much, but hey, every little bit counts.
Better than a no.
And now I just am like, yeah, every time if I go anywhere and they're going to give us a credit or a refund, I'm going to push for more. Because why not? Most companies can. They, they have it in there. So whenever a company's going to offer you a refund or a credit for something, like if they gave a damaged product or something like that, always push and see if you get just a little more.
Right.
And I just thought that was a neat little thing. So I was just happy about that. I was like, hey, yeah, maybe it's only $5, but to me, every penny counts. And
like I had one day because we started 5%.
Well, I don't think you should release what your company rules are. But I would just say, yeah, whatever. Most companies, if you get something that comes in the mail damaged, but it's damaged enough where you can still use it, but you can complain about, maybe getting a refund or some kind of credit towards it, always push back. Don't always accept the first offer.
We ordered a 24-pack of my Rockstar energy drinks, and I swear it was. I don't know the half, but at least like 8 or 9 cans were dented to the point when I opened them, I couldn't even drink out of it. I had to pour it into a glass. We just sent pictures of it and then emailed them about it.
Yeah, I just contacted Sam, said they refunded and they replaced it.
Yeah,
I had the option of either getting a refund or a replacement, and I was like, just send a replacement.
I mean, I was still able to drink them. It's just I had to pour them out into a glass.
You just never know.
And then the last batch it came same way, but only 1 can was dented. I said, let's do it again. She's like, no, it's just 1 can. Get off of it.
Know your limit. But I mean, I always do little things like that. And like I heard this week, never pay full retail. And that's what I try to do, is find a way to get something discounted. Renee said, I'm thinking I might buy a ham and cook that with Brussels and thinking of other sides for Christmas.
Oh, there you go.
That's
I think H-E-B has them on sale right now.
Actually. Yeah, H-E-B and Kroger. I don't think you have Kroger near you, but yeah, H-E-B, I saw some sales on ham. I love a good ham. And no, you don't have Aldi nearby, because Aldi has a pound of Brussels for $1.49. I think it was $1.49 or $1.19, something like that. So I got that.
Less than $1.50.
The other sides I'm going to make, so I'm going to do the sweet potato side that I put the video out with the little cranberry on it. And then I'm also going to do green bean casserole, but keto style. So I fry up my own onions, and then I make my own cream of mushroom.
We have enough onions.
Well, you said we did.
Well, because we're going out tomorrow, so we can, like I said, run by the store, and I'm just running out.
Ronnie said those little things add up. Oh, well, then we're good.
Yeah.
They do. Like one channel I listened to, let me see if I can't remember. Well, I think her name's Frozen Pennies. Somebody, she says, count the pennies and you end up with dollars. Something like that. Renee said, I canceled Apple TV because many streaming platforms had an increase this month. See? You gotta watch that. Then they'll increase it, and sometimes they don't tell you. Just suddenly, you're paying more. Right. She said Netflix was 10, now almost 13.
Wow.
Right.
And you can't share it anymore.
I know.
About that.
I know. Like what I've heard others say, and I mean, is they said actually on the different, look at your different subscription service, your streaming services, and actually cancel them for a month and see when you actually need them. When do you actually need or watch it? And if you don't, you can always re-up the subscription, right? You can always go back. And sometimes they'll offer you a discount if you return.
Right.
So sometimes it's advantageous to just cancel. And sometimes when you call and say, look, I'm canceling it, they'll try to keep you by offering you a better deal. So that's always worth it. But yes, cancel it and just see. Oh, you know what? I was going to watch that on Netflix and then be like, oh yeah, I don't have Netflix. And it's like, well, do I really need it? You know, and sometimes like we discussed about his Peacock and he was like, well, I actually watch it every single day.
I do.
And I was like, okay, since you use it every day and it comes out to about $13, I was like, okay, then we'll keep that going. And that really is our only streaming service that we have.
And there's several other shows that we watch on there too. It's not just my wrestling.
Sean said Shell and I eloped in Orlando while I was in school.
Awesome.
Oh, how adorable is that? How fun. So did you all like go to Disney as like part of your honeymoon or anything? Renee said, oh, I might do some sort of ABTs, but not the TTs because I'm not going to have any brisket. Aww. Thought about some sausage balls for snacking, but use pork panko or almond flour. Yeah, I would do that. Use the pork panko.
Yes.
Yeah, make some balls, Renee. You'd be like, look, I made you some balls. Eat my balls. I could hear you saying that. Shauna said, the only thing that doesn't stay in Vegas, marriage papers.
Right.
Right, that's true. Rhonda said, you're answering my question and my daughter called, so I missed the beginning. You know I'm back to hear it. Oh, yeah, so Rhonda, we just flew to Vegas on a whim. We were having dinner Friday night, and he was like, let's just get married now. Let's not have any kind of wedding. Let's just go and do it.
Not inviting anybody.
Right, and he was like, and don't tell anybody. So
this is for us, not for the family or whatever.
Right. So we just booked the next flight, which happened to be Saturday morning, flew to Vegas. And
first time I've ever been on a flight or on a plane too.
And his friend that lives in Vegas picked us up, took us to the courthouse. We got married, and then we did a little wedding package, and then we flew home Monday, and that was it. That's all we did. And we didn't tell everybody until we posted it on Facebook. And that was it. I thought it was the best thing ever.
Yes.
I just, because that's what I was telling him. If y'all don't know, I've been married before. And
we can talk about that.
I did have like a big wedding. Well, big-ish. I was still,
bigger than we did.
Right. It was still too much money. And especially for that worthless POS. But that's what I told him. I was like, well, with weddings, you got this and you got to do this and this. And he was just like, oh, that's just too much. Let's just go elope. Like, why do we have to do all that? I'm like, oh, we don't have to do all that. And so I loved it. I thought it was way better that way. And I was thinking, we're both grown. Like, I already had my own house and we have everything. I was like, we don't need to do like a registry or anything. Like, we don't need anything. So I was like,
the pets, Pet Paradise.
Yeah. I was like, we don't need anything. So it's not like, like when my first marriage, I had a whole registry and everything. And I was like, I don't need anything. So we don't need to do that. Nobody needs to give us presents or anything. Let's just go get married. So yeah. And Ryan said, boombox. That's cute. Sounds exciting. Sean said he loves the Golden Nugget. They have the best blackjack tables.
Oh, wow. Well, come on down, and we can go from here over to Lake Charles and go to their Golden Nugget.
Yeah, right? Oh, see, I don't think we played. I might have played a little bit of blackjack.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah,
I've actually never even been to a casino before I started playing poker.
Yeah, so he just mainly does poker. And now, the last time we went to Vegas, you didn't even enjoy the poker because they changed the rules, the setup.
Yeah.
And so he was like, the setup now just isn't that good. He's like, I don't like playing this way. I like the old setup. And I just always play slots. And I
don't like that either.
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, he says that, but there's been a few times I've got you on the slot machine. You're like, oh, this is fun. But I'm kind of like I don't just go in and say, oh, whatever slot machine. Like, I peruse all of the different slot options. And then I'll be like, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to play this one. Like I have to get that vibe off of a machine and I'll just walk through. So sometimes I spend the first 30 minutes of an hour just walking through, scoping out all of the machines before I decide which one I want to play at. Rhonda said, I'm just smiling. That sounded so fun. Oh, thanks, Rhonda. I mean, I thought it was a lot of fun. It was just so easy, you know? And I was like, that's fine with me. We're just going to get on with our life. Renee said, yes, the HEB Texas pecan is good. Second only to the one from Stevie Lou's. Oh, that's right. Well, and there's
how far away are you now from Stevie Lou's? Are you closer or further away? Or
probably further because they were in Rockport, I thought.
Okay.
Another brand that I have seen at some HEBs, that's our reminder. And some Kroger's, it's a Houston roaster. It's called Lola's, Lola, Lola's. And they have a really good Southern Texas pecan that I've gotten before. They're pricier though. It's like $12 for a bag versus HEB's is only like, I think $8. But I thought theirs was pretty good too. But that's just me. Sean said, cheeky. He said, Shell and I have to drive 30 minutes just to get to Civilization, right? Maybe that's how that woman felt. She was like, I have to go into Civilization to get a refund.
Do it, you people.
Right? Rhonda said, I have an alarm set for things. I want to cancel in a month or so. Oh, good. I'm talking about Netflix, Hulu, Cody. I haven't heard that one.
I've heard of Cody.
Oh, okay. Peacock, Audible, Prime, Stars, Max, AMC, Google Storage, Cox, Amazon Music, blah, blah, blah. Wow, Rhonda. Wow.
I think you make it better unless you tell us what you're not subscribed
I know.
to.
Which one do you not have?
I like Peacock, though. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he does. My thing, like with Audible, because I've looked at Audible and I'm just like, here's my thing. And y'all look too. And I did this before, but I heard somebody else mention it on one of these financial things, is they said, check your local library. Not only, like, I happen to be at one of the largest counties in the country, Harris County. So the Harris County Public Library, they have so many Audible books. Like I just put in a list of like my goal for 2024, and I'm going to repeating some of this from the Word Report, is I want to read a financial book a month.
Wow.
And I went through today because I was listening to Smart Money Bro and he was talking about different books. And I went through the Harris County library and I found 10 books on finances and they were all Audible books. And I put holds on all of them so I can listen to them. So there's a great way. I know people love Audible, but check your local library, especially if they're online. You can get a lot of Audible books and movies through your local library. And they were saying a lot of local libraries will do free classes on stuff and free events. So check your local library to see what's going on, because there's a lot of options out there that are free that you don't have to pay some service for. Because they said, like one Under the Median was saying at her local library, they still have lots of DVDs, movies, and they'll go in there and check out a few DVDs to watch, and it's free.
Right. Well, another way of saving money. I always listen to podcasts while I'm driving.
Right.
Listen to music and whatnot. Well, there's an option for everyone, because I've subscribed to like 3 or 4 different channels, right?
Yeah.
There's an option where you can subscribe to it and pay for it, and you'll skip all the ads.
Oh.
But I actually enjoy the ads because I save those. For when it hits an ad, depending on where I'm at, that's a perfect spot to pause it instead of right in the middle of the conversation.
That's true.
And I'll just listen to the radio until it gets to wherever I'm at.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
As a bonus for me.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But so look at your local library, I would say too, or like he said, the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for what's free. And when I found the Harris County library, I mean, I have listened to so many books on their Audible option. I just love it. And it's just so easy. Like for me, because like when I'm working, I can play an Audible book while I'm working and it doesn't cost me anything.
Right.
Like I just think that's a huge savings. Especially like I thought it was just kind of sort of an oxymoron to me to you're listening to these channels on how to be frugal and save money. But oh, here's a book. I'm like, why would I pay for a book? I'm listening to you to save money, so I better have a free book.
Right.
Right? So yeah, I have several of those. So watch the morning report coming up. I show all the books that I'm currently on hold with and going to listen to with my Harris County library.
And can't you also, I've heard of other people too, getting library accounts and everything like that for even other cities they don't live in.
Oh, I don't know.
So you can get access.
Well, if you can, look up Harris County Library.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't, they have a huge selection.
Yeah.
Shauna said, I sent reminders for canceling things.
Yes.
I do the same thing. Like I have it already on my phone when to cancel my Amazon Prime. Like I'm going to cancel it, y'all, because I mean, that's $139.
And really, what do we do for it? The only thing we do with it is get next day service.
Yeah, it's faster shipping versus 3 to 5 days.
Every once in a while, because of that, we get a discount when we order something. I thought there's the...
Not really. I don't think so.
Yeah.
But anyways, so instead of having...
I looked at it, it comes up and shows me that, but not enough to matter.
Instead of having 2-day shipping, now we have 3 to 5. I'm like, I'm going to cancel it and just see how do we really need it.
We don't.
And I know some things lately that I have priced out. Actually, other stores had it cheaper than Amazon.
Yeah.
So even if it's just a few dollars, I'm like, well,
things we buy like on a regular that we go through, we've actually priced it versus going to the store or getting on Amazon, and whichever is cheaper, what we go with.
Yeah.
I'm not only certain things we brand loyal to.
Right.
And it's only because of the way they're made or whatnot.
Shauna said, a few of my streaming things combined. Oh, wow. Sean said, I got $100 off my safe from Sam's because the top corner was dented. It was still structurally sound. Yeah. See, those type of things. That's why I don't mind. Like I was looking, I'll just say this. I'm going to use Renee. But Renee on her Amazon wish list, like she had this really neat coffee maker. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. But it's kind of pricey to me. It's pricey. But I looked on the Amazon warehouse and they have one that's about $30 to $40 cheaper. The same brand, the same model, but from the warehouse, it's like $30 or $40 cheaper because it said there was like some scratches or dents on the cosmetic, right? And I'm like for me personally, I would save it. That's how I got my Nespresso for basically half off because I went to the Amazon warehouse because I'm like, I don't care on most of my stuff if there's a scratch or a dent in it, as long as it's working. And if I get it half off or a lot cheaper, to me, it's worth it. Because, I mean, come on, let's be honest. Most things, they're going to end up with a scratch or a dent after a while anyhow.
Right.
So why not get a discount for it? And that's good. Like when they're like to me, like at Home Depot, they do that a lot. They have scratch and dent appliances where you could save a pretty big money if you're okay with that. I mean, why not? Renee said, yes, that's why I was going to do ham because sale. It's not my fave, but can make lots of with leftovers. Yeah, like we just made.
Oh my goodness, it was so good.
Oh my gosh, it used to have one more serving left.
I think there's 2 more in there actually.
Oh.
Because we made 3 total.
Yeah, I had one for lunch.
Oh, so did I.
Yeah,
okay,
so there's one left.
Okay, my bad.
But what we did with it, so we cut the ham off, and Heath had that for like lunch.
Several lunches.
And then it had a big bone in there, the ham hock. We took that ham hock, put it in the Instant Pot with some bone broth and various vegetables, and we made soup with it. And we got 5 servings just off of the ham hock. and all of the meat that was on it. So yeah, ham goes a long way. And it's supposed to be colder next week, so soup would be perfect to do with that ham hot bone. I mean, use every bit of it.
Yes.
And we paid less than $7
for the whole thing.
For the whole ham. So we got 5 servings of the soup.
Yeah.
And then
I ate on it for like at least 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, so he got like at least 5 days worth of breakfast out of that. So 10 meals.
Yeah. For
less than $7.
And that's what we did too. We actually dug around the whole bin and found the cheapest one they
had
and bought it.
And I mean, 70 cents a meal? Where are you going to get that?
Just like every time I go and buy the pork belly. I always dig around and find the cheapest one they have and bring it home, and then we end up eating on it for at least a week.
Renee said, I paid for only 2 streaming apps, and me and my coworkers all share all of the others.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard too, is what somebody said, like in their family or like your coworkers, like maybe one streams to HBO and one to Peacock and one to this. And then you share, and then that way you all can, like, you're like, oh, but I like this show that comes out, once a year. So, and then you have the password to go and watch when that one show comes out.
Right.
That's fun. Shauna said, I watch mine all the time. Mm-hmm. And then Renee said, I watch Max the most, but it's free with my AT&T.
Yes, that's us too.
Yeah. And then Shauna said, it's regular TV I don't watch, but we have a house account. At least I only pay a third. Oh. Well, see, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Renee said, balls for the boyfriend. I know, right? You can be like, here, eat my balls. I want you to eat my balls. I can already hear you. Like, I can totally hear what you're going to say. And he's just going to be like, fine. And then you could say, aren't my balls delicious? Rhonda said, I paid $25 for freaking Netflix. Wow. I didn't know they went up that high. Yeah, like, that's ridiculous. And I bet, Rhonda, if you start canceling some of those, they're going to come out you within a few days. Hey, come back and at this price. Renee said, I just had the basic one viewer Netflix. Oh, but have it so long that option isn't offered anymore. I'm grandfathered. I see. Oh, I see. So Netflix, I don't know. We haven't had Netflix in years. We have another service that can't be mentioned on here, and we just pay for it once every 3 years. So, yeah, I don't know. We haven't had Netflix in, I don't know, 5 years, maybe?
Probably.
Maybe? I don't know. Brenda said, I use coconut flour for sausage balls. Makes them less greasy or less sweaty. I love that SNL bit. Yes. Sweaty balls. Rhonda said, I'm trying to figure that out now. So mad hadn't noticed till today. But you know what? Don't be mad at it. You're not alone. A lot of people don't realize what it is because you just get so conditioned to it. You're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. Oh, that's all right. I have this or whatever. And you don't notice until you actually put it pen and paper, as they say. Pen and paper is when you really start seeing where's my money going, right? Oh, okay. Then we'll talk back and forth. Rhonda said, that was a great plan. We went to JOP and then, the JOP, Justice of the Peace. And then the family and friends cruise the next month in the exact same date. And we had a ceremony and reception in the Bahamas.
That's awesome. That's a good idea too.
Rhonda, that sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. If I had convinced Heath at that time to cruise, he was still anti-cruise then. He probably would have been all for having a cruise wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have totally done that. But, oh, how romantic.
That's awesome.
Renee said, Netflix refunded me. That's good. And she said, Stevie Lewis was the opposite direction that I moved from. Oh, okay.
That's rough. But
they are still worth the drive. Now probably 30 minutes, actually 20 minutes. Oh, wow. Ronnie said, I'm calling them right now. Thanks so much. When she's thanking Renee. Brenda said Spotify will now have audiobooks too. Oh, I did not know that. That's cool.
Because don't you have a subscription to them? Or a membership or whatever?
I probably have an account. I don't know. I never go on Spotify.
I don't either. I did it one time, but I don't remember.
I basically am on YouTube most of the day. So like when I'm at work, I'm playing all the different YouTube stuff. And like some of them are a couple hours long. I don't know. I've been getting on some live streams or some videos that are like 1 to 2 hours long. So that's a big chunk of my day. Renee said, wow, Shelly, that sounds like some bedtime snooze-worthy reading. I'll wait for the summary. Well, you know, like Smart Money Bro was saying, so I've been following him, and he was just like, we all deal with money every day, especially now that I work for a bank. I really deal with money a lot more often. And they're like, but what education do we get on money? But this is something we all have to deal with. And he's like, if you have to deal with it, you should be educated with how to deal with it, right? And so I'm just trying, I know a lot of this stuff because my old corporate job was 401k and pensions. So I learned a lot about 401ks and pensions, like ask me anything. And so it's kind of like I knew that part of it. And I know some basic like investing, like throughout time, I have invested in different stocks and stuff, but I feel like I need to learn more. And now's the time to do it.
Like with my new job, open enrollment just came about. She nerded out really big time on my benefits and what I should sign up for and everything. She sat down and read all of it.
Yeah,
the pros
I do.
And cons of all of them.
Right. And like I'm doing this too. Like not only are we both getting the full match at our 401ks of our company, like that, I always do that with any job. It's day one that I just always sign up to at least get enough for the full company match. And then I have like with Heath's, and I've always done this every year whenever you get your merit increase, whatever that merit increase, say you get a 2% raise, always put at least half of that as an additional into your 401k. So if you get a 2% raise, you need to raise your 401k contributions by 1%. That's how I've always done it because you're not expecting, like you've already gotten used to whatever your salary is. So another 1%, 2%, it's not going to make a huge impact, but putting it into your 401k, which is pre-tax, that builds up. It's compound, right? But another thing at my company, and most companies, like I saw, he does this too, but he missed the deadline because he don't ever read these emails. He's like my work sister, oblivious. And so like I had to tell her, but my company, if you buy the employee stock, not only can you have it come out of your paycheck, so it's not like a huge hit, like you're not like, oh, okay, I'm going to buy, 10 stocks right now. Instead, you can do it out per paycheck and they buy it twice a year with whatever you've contributed. But you also get a discount on that stock. You get 15% off of what the stock is. At least I know for my company and for his, it's 15% lower to buy the company stock. And like his company, we won't say the name, but you probably know, another guy I was listening to that said, here are the 6 stocks I always buy and I think is the best buy. His company was one of the 6.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like the best and their performance and dividends are amazing. And he was like, so I always suggest doing that. So I was like, well, he needs to enroll in his employee. And that's why I looked it up and saw you missed the deadline.
When is the next one?
June.
Okay.
But
set your alarm.
I set up for mine. So that'll start in the new year to start buying the employee. I mean, to get stocks at any discount is always a good deal. So we're just doing things like that in the 401k. And I just want to grow more knowledge because there's so many, everybody has their different views on stocks and investment. Like some people will say, oh, go with mutual funds. Other people, like Smart Money Bro says he likes to do index funds. So everybody has their take on it, but I want to understand what those are in detail before I decide, am I a mutual fund or am I an index fund type person? And sorry, it's boring, Renee. Renee said, I need to cancel my Sirius radio because I don't ever use it. And I don't think I need it for anything other than music. There you go. There's savings. Shauna said, I really miss my Amazon delivery guy. Laugh out loud. Right. Brenda said, Amazon is now a convenience, so they don't have to be the cheapest. Right. Because they know people just want it to be convenient. Mm-hmm. And I know they also offer it on a monthly basis instead of the annual. So some people are just okay with it. Mm-hmm. Renee said, you need to remind me how to find that Amazon warehouse or link to that coffee maker you found. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll look it up. But you just type in Amazon, put Amazon warehouse.
Sure, that's all there is.
And she said, I used to love the fluffy ham and cheese omelet at the Awful Waffle when I was in my 20s. I like Waffle House, but yeah, see, you could do a ham and cheese omelet. That would be amazing. Caden said, hey guys, I'm back. Thought I had to go get my husband. Well, welcome back. And Renee said, my balls might be too big. Oh, they're too big for him? He can't take big balls? Shada said, isn't there... Oh, you're getting tired. I know. We'll in 10 minutes, y'all. We're going to call it a night. Shada said, isn't there a service that will show you all of your accounts? I feel like I keep seeing commercials. Rocket Money, Shada. Rocket Money. It's free.
In our no spend January video, there's a link to it.
Yeah. Rocket Money. You do have to, share your personal information, but they'll look at everything and they'll tell you, hey, this is what all you have. Ronnie said, they just raised the rates and I had 4 devices. It's just me. Shake my head. Change to 2 devices. Wow. Shauna said, for years, I had a good friend and his mom on my account, both on limited income. Was sad when Netflix changed and I had to not share anymore without raising my rate, but they were fine with it. Yeah, and that makes me mad. And that's the other thing. I'm just going to say this. So, like for YouTube and stuff, we have, and just internet in overall, we have, I guess, ad blockers, right? Mm-hmm. Because, they can cause viruses and stuff, some of these ads. So we had ad blockers. So it was nice watching YouTube where you didn't have those ads popping up every 2 seconds.
They're obnoxious.
They are. And now that YouTube/Google started cracking down on ad blockers, which, some people said that could be a security risk, like they shouldn't be able to do that. But since they did, now I have to see all these stupid commercials. And I'm like, and they're always like, oh, you want to do premium? No, I sure the H do not want to do premium now with you because of you doing this, because of you purposely limiting ad blockers where I can't use my ad blocker on your site. I am sure is not going to pay you to block these ads. Like that it gripes my butt. Like, no, I will never give you money.
And
now.
I'm going to take it even further too. Any company that interrupts my viewing, I'm not buying your product.
Right. When there's commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even, I see Chewy a lot. And I don't mind that commercial because I'm like, oh, it's cute little puppies and kittens. But I mean, most of the time I just am like, whatever, I'll just click off. I mean, I'm just listening all day anyways. But it just makes me mad that they put a stop to ad blockers. And so now I will never do YouTube Premium because of that. I'm not going to give them money and reward them for doing that. There's, I just don't like it. But some people will probably disagree with me that I'm probably in the wrong, but I don't care. Shauna said, I'm a low fund person. Laugh out loud. Mm-hmm. Ronnie said, the library is a great idea, right? Like, I mean, we don't always remember, like, I feel like as a kid, it seemed like libraries were pushed really hard, but nowadays you don't hear about the library as much, but they still have so many great services that they offer to their community for free, and such a great place to go and, take classes and stuff. Like I looked up the local library here that's just a couple miles away, and they have all kinds of classes you can go and take for free. Wow. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's one way to do it. But the idea of getting out and going to a class is weird to me. Like, let me do it online. Shauna said, is it okay to share with them? Are you asking me or someone else? I don't know. Rhonda said, another big expense is all the money I spend on food for feral cats. So much. Shake my head. Oh, I'm sorry, Rhonda. But it's the kitty cats, so you're helping them, right? It's worth it then. But yeah, that it does add up. Oh, and I saw this too. Another suggestion I heard is they were like, if you like animals, like dogs and cats and even rabbits, but you don't want the expense of them, they said you could just foster. Because most fosters, like when we fostered Sam, they covered all the medication, all the vet appointments, and sometimes they even give you discounts on food. Like certain companies, like where I get their food right now, I could actually let them know if I was fostering and they would give me a discount code. So that's kind of cool too. So if you like having a pet, if you're okay with knowing that, hey, this pet will get adopted by somebody else, you could always look at the option to foster and then know that all of those expenses. So especially if you're like the lady was saying, like for older people, elderly that are retired and stuff, but they're on a fixed income like Social Security, they can't afford to take care of an animal. A fostering option might be better for them because they would still get that animal. But then, help adopt it. But at least they're providing a home short time for that animal, and then they'll have another one, in a few more months, and just keep doing that, and then they don't have the extra expense.
And we need to mention that to Mom, since she's not traveling anymore.
All right. Shauna said, sorry about Rocket Money sharing my info. Will I get tons of ads or anything? No, I didn't get ads. So you just have to share like your banking information. That's how they can then check and see, okay, what are all the subscriptions you have? What are all your bills and so forth? So like it looks at everything. So I just had to share my banking information with Rocket Money. And I went with them because some reputable YouTubers said that they trust them with all of their finances, and they obviously have a lot more money than I do. I was like, well, if they trust them, then I guess I'll give them a chance. So you just share your banking information, and then they will like evaluate everything. And then like immediately it was like, hey, here's all your information, and it has an app, and you can download the app and then track everything. And they'll even negotiate with you certain bills that you might have. And then again, you can, I do the free option, but they do have like a pay option if you want like more help, I guess. But I'm always the person, if there's a free option, I'm going to do the free first before I give you any money. One thing is if they negotiate a bill with you, they do ask, hey, on behalf of negotiating this bill, how much, give us, like that's how they make their money, is you give them a certain percentage. So if they negotiate the bill and get it reduced by a certain amount, then you agree to give them X amount from that savings.
Who is it? Somebody here?
Check
the doorbell. Does somebody come?
No, nobody's here. Oh. Charlotte said, what ad blocker do you guys have? Do you pay for it? Never pay for it.
Ad blocker. Sure, that's what it's called.
Well, there was also Ghostly and AdBlock Plus. And yeah, so those were the two. I know there's another one, but again, YouTube's not taking it. But I never pay for anything. Like, look, if I could get a free option, I'm going for the free. And I know that some of them will say, hey, why don't you give us money? I'm just not like that, I guess.
Because even Wikipedia is asking for donations.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe if I feel like, I guess I should say I never do. Like if I feel like, oh, okay, I've gotten a lot of good use out of it, then I might get, oh, okay, here, I'm going to give you X amount. But I'm always the type that it's like, especially if it's something new, I'm going to do the free option first. Yes. And see how valuable that is to me before I do the paid option. So like for StreamYard, we did the free StreamYard
Forever.
for until we become monetized. We were using the free version. And even after we were monetized, I was like, well, I need to see, how much we're getting consistently from YouTube before I pay for StreamYard, and to see if it's worth doing the upgrade to StreamYard. So I'm always the type, give me your free and I'll decide later if I think your service is worthy of a payment.
See, because we were even thinking about doing the YouTube subscription thing, because we could use the money we make off of YouTube to pay for that. But just them being YouTube made us not want to do that.
Yeah, because of Google and them doing that, I was like, nope, never mind. Brenda said, I love our library. They are such a support to our community. Plus, so much free stuff. I got help with my computer for free. Thank you for sharing that, Brenda. See, that's awesome. So amazing.
Okay.
And then Shauna said, is that Sam barking? No, that was Delilah. And she's right here nosing us. Rhonda said, but I think they're calling all their cat friends. Oh, yeah. Hey, she's feeding us and giving us treats. Come on over.
Right.
Yeah, they will do that.
They're calling their horde.
Yeah, cats will do that. They'll be like, oh, there's food over here. Shauna said, yeah, the free option always. Thank you, Shelly. You're welcome. Because I paid for an ad blocker. Yeah, don't. Yeah, so Brenda said, I use Ad Block Plus.
Yes,
yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's ours.
Yeah, Ad Block Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, free. If you're paying for it, stop that and get the free. Rhonda said, I never worried about YouTube ads until Joe mentioned it. I've stopped with the FOMO phenomenon. Right. And one other thing, and this is going to be closing thought, right? Because it's 10 o'clock and he's got to work. Instead of fear of missing out, how about the joy of missing out? Because there is joy in being satisfied with what you have. You're not missing out. You're going to have more. And so find the joy in what you already have. And don't worry about, oh, I'm going to miss out on something. No, it's okay. And I say I never noticed the ads on YouTube because we've always had ad blockers. And so now that Google, because, Google owns YouTube, kind of crack down on those ad blockers. It's just, yeah. So I've heard if you use, instead of Chrome, if you use like, I think it's Mozilla or Firefox, and I think Safari,
Edge.
Huh?
Edge.
No, Edge. I didn't hear much. Who uses that?
My work does, actually.
I know, mine does too. But I've heard that, so Firefox and Safari, that they do have, there's a couple ad blockers you can get on them that, because that's not a Chrome, then you can still use it. But the thing is, we have everything saved on Chrome. So I would then have to transition everything to Firefox to then
hobby now.
To then use.
I used to use Mozilla Firefox only.
Right, I know. But they said, so that's the main problem why ours kicks it out, is because we use Chrome for everything. Okay. So if we switch to Firefox, then I think Ghostly, and there's another one. I got deep into the Reddits, y'all. Yeah. Deep into the Reddits, and they were telling, which ones, but which browser you have to use to where it would still be effective on YouTube.
Done, and done.
All right. Rhonda said, sounds good. And Shauna said, but all my devices have Chrome. See, that's the thing. That's the thing.
Start downloading Mozilla Firefox. Start using that. I already have it on the computer. I just need to. It's what I used to use in my primary browser. I'm just going to go back to it now. I said that's my new hobby now, is migrating over.
Right.
And then also I have too many tabs.
I know.
Bookmarks.
Bookmarks.
So now I can reduce that also.
Renee said, love it. Joy of missing out. Right? When someone said that, I forget which one. I listened to so many things, y'all. But I was like, I like that. The joy of missing out, because we put too much on it. And one thing I saw today, Shauna said, I have YouTube Premium, but I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm fine with no ads. And that's fine. You. That's the main thing, is figuring out you. So I know I said I'm going to end it, but I'm going to say one more thing. Shauna said I have to learn a new browser. I have so many bookmarks. See, that's the thing. There's so many. Okay. One thing that what was I going to say? Joy missing out. Now I think I forgot about it. But yeah, I like that joy of missing out. Oh yeah. One thing that I was listening to Smart Money Bro. I love him. Okay. He's like a Southern guy. Just, he seems very chill. So look him up if you like, financial advice and stuff. Smart Money Bro. Good night, Caden. Merry Christmas. What I liked that he was saying is he's like, when you hear, because he's more of a positive, some of these financial channels are a little too much fear mongering. But what he was saying, and that's what he said too, he's like, he looks at the overall, and just like Warren Buffett and stuff has had the same stocks for 30, 40, 50 years. You ride that. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's the long game when it comes to finances and everything.
That's what I was telling you how my approach was with poker too.
Right. Well, Smart Money Bro said, so he said, you're going to hear, especially with next year being an election year, so many people are going to be focused on fear mongering, the fear. Oh, where's our money going to go? Oh, the grocery prices. Oh, this, oh, that. He's like, don't listen to the fear hype out there. And I feel like this really plays with everything, right? We don't listen to the fear hype over keto. Like, how many times we heard people
get the keto rash?
Yeah, fear up keto and all of that.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Same thing when it comes to like our groceries and our financial health. Don't listen to the fear mongering, and you'll see more of it in 2024. So don't listen to all that. Play the long game. Listen to people that are more positive and have a long approach look at things. And I feel like that not only is that great financial advice, but that's great health advice, right? Like, we're here, we're not trying to focus on a quick fix and a quick weight loss. We're looking at the long game here that will get us through health in many aspects for years and decades to come. So that's my end of it all. So thank you, everyone. This has been so much fun. And we love you.
The dinner was really good.
It really was. Merry Christmas to everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe.
Sunday.
Yeah, please be safe. If you're driving or going anywhere, please be safe. Stay warm. Stay safe. Have a wonderful. Anybody gets on your nerves, if you're staying with friends or family or anything, just take a deep breath. Go take you a little walk, and it'll be fine, right? And we'll see everybody next Friday.
Yes.
Bye. And that'll be the last live of 2023.
That's true.
Good night, y'all. Love you. Bye.